Man, imagine being late for your own stream. That would be awkward. Oof. Couldn't be me. How's it going, everyone? Welcome into a Tuesday talk. Sorry, I am really running quite late. I'm finishing getting my overlays set up. My apologies. Not a real streamer, as they say. How's everyone doing, though? Welcome in, welcome in. Hello, friends. Also, Lucas Wolf, thanks for the follow. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Hope that you're having a wonderful day. Let's see. Let me see. Everything should be okay. It seems like things are fine. By the way, Nirvana was the first one in chat. You were here before my overlay started, so your first message isn't even there anymore. But you were there before, so Sorry, I'm late. But hey. Guess what? I brought a thing. So cheers. If you're having Earl Grey or water or soda, whatever you're having, cheers to a happy Tuesday. Yes. Ghost, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Blood, gay boy. What do you mean, gay boy? What do you mean? Chip the Wolves, how's it going? Good to see you again as well. Bunny boy is good boy. Thank you. See, there's two different ways to greet someone, right? There's Blood, Exhibit A. Chip, Exhibit B. How's it going, Lost? Good to see you as well. Train on your name? I think you participated in a hype train at some point. So therefore, you get the hype train. Yes. Congratulations. Fimmy, how's it going? Hello. I hope life has been treating you well. I thought we'd give this world a shot. It's kind of nice. I streamed in it I think 4 years ago. And it was a little performance intense, but it looks like it's been highly optimized since. So far I don't have any stuttering. Hopefully you all don't notice anything. If you do, let me know. I'll probably be the first to notice it when I get frame lags. But yeah, I like it. It looks pretty. I like the lights. And if you go to different parts of the world, it changes like the filter that you're looking through in the world. That's kind of cool. So you get to explore it and be surprised. Is that Shalric? Shalric, I haven't seen you in 85 million years. How are you doing? How's life? How are things? How is stuff? Where have you been? And I hope you've been well. That's the main thing. Let me see. Okay, good. That's updating as well. I can close that overlay and just focus on all my attention over here now. Close. Perfect. The Tea King himself. Yes. I've been known to drink some tea once in a while. I keep flipping into this weird other voice. I apologize. I've got to snap my head out of that for tonight. A blue Argonian. Well, I mean, you know. I guess you're the emperor. You can do 4 hours of sleep, forgot breakfast, have a headache. Goodness. Hey, sometimes, not always. Sometimes headaches are tied to not getting your food and things like that. So I don't know. Can you grab a snack on the way in, maybe to help alleviate that headache? All the same, I'm so sorry you have a headache, and I hope you feel better. It has been a hot minute. I actually thought about you. I think it was 4 days ago or maybe 5 days ago, Shalric. I was going through my Steam VR library, and I saw Jetborne Racing. I think the jet racing game that we played, and I was like, man, I hadn't talked to Shalric in forever. But you creeped into my thoughts just a few days ago. So it's kind of cool that you showed up today. Doing lots of stuffs, yeah, life stuffs. I totally get it. Oh my gosh, life gets in the way, but also life can be fun. So hopefully it's fun stuff and minimal stress stuff. That's always the goal, right? Hey, by the way, I'm going to mention this several times today, you all. So if you're here from the start to the end, I apologize in advance. But this Friday, there will be a first on this stream, something I have never done in my 85 years of streaming. I'm going to be doing a Zelda Ocarina of Time randomizer, but it's going to be multiplayer, and I'm going to be playing it with a streamer who pretty regularly does randomized runs of content. So we're going to be doing like baby's first randomizer. They're going to be teaching me, and I'm going to be learning the ins and outs of randomizers. So it's not going to be like any speed goals. There's not going to be any necessarily unique challenges to it, right? We're not going to be like randomizing dungeon entrances or anything, but it's still going to be like sort of the base level randomizer experience. I am so excited. And so if you're into like retro games or, whatever, or watching me struggle, definitely take some time to swing by if you have a minute and laugh at me. It'll also be uploaded as a VOD though. So if you miss it, no worries. I know Fridays are busy days for a lot of people. And then on Saturday, we're supposed to be doing Peak. I'll be playing Peak. Some of them, absolutely. Octo, hope you're doing well. Hello. It's good to see you. Yeah, we raced like 2 or 3 times, Shalric. You were too good, though. Too good. I see Fallout Boy good. What do you mean good? Fallout Boy is really good, though. Agreed. Pet content. Yep. Pet content. That's what we're going for. I'm going for peck. I know what you meant. Don't worry. But that was really funny. How's everyone doing, though? Welcome in on a Tuesday. Tuesday talk. It's been a wild weekend for me, y'all. I have sort of fallen in love with... I've kind of fallen in love with VR chat like all over again, at least in the short term. I go through these like periods where I kind of get bored of like what I've been doing, so like for a long time I was like super involved in like being a mute in the mute community, and I kind of got bored of it. And then I got really involved in like dancing, and then I kind of got burnt out on that. And I got really involved in like the party scene for a while, and I kind of got burnt out on so I had these like VR chat's like a roller coaster for me, and I've kind of moved through several of the communities, but I was reminded of my passion for the roleplay community lately, and all weekend I've been just doing absurd roleplay in like public lobbies. Ooh, too much fun. Too much fun. All right, hold on. One thing needs to be adjusted. Let's crank that just a little bit. Does the audio need to come up at all, or is it okay? I don't want it to drown out conversation. The goal is not that all you hear is the background song. The goal is that you hear talking. And occasionally see a song and you're like, oh, that's cool. Anyway. I dare you to be the most powerful being for a part of the stream. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. But I'm not surprised that you're a Fall Out Boy fan. That tracks. And I mean that in like the most positive way. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, Shalric, you were badass in the Jets. I remember. Forgot to call out of work. Femi, oh no. I'm sure that your friend understands, though. You can make it up to them. You can do a double-length feature stream next time as making it up. Peak's a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy it. Took the party scene with him? No. Can't hear it at all? Oh. I can bring it up a little. Okay, I've brought it up a fair amount, actually, so let me know if you can hear it. Oh my gosh. Thanks so much for the ooh, I really appreciate it. Thanks, Nirvana. Kind of irritated, especially since I'm still feeling I'm sick of this city. Well, I always tell folks, when you're in a situation where you're like dissatisfied or unhappy about something, there's a couple of options, right? I mean, one of them is like clearly to move, but you have to assess, what do you have control over? What variables in your life can you change, right? Because if you just sit and do the same, you'll just continue to feel frustrated. So there's like some things are outside of our control, right? Like how much, to an extent, like how much money we're making right now, or who we live with, but there's like other things you can do. You can find other elements of the city that you do enjoy, or connect with different groups, or find hobbies that or leave the city more often. Go visit other places, and So I would say I would take a hard look at like what variables are inside your control and see if there's anything you can do to kind of lower these feelings of frustration in the interim while you work on your more long-term plan. I don't know, just my advice. Enjoy stream, Blood. I'll see you later. Teaching the SO to fly the VTOLs in VR. Yeah, I never got good at that part. I could race the jets, but I never got into VTOL VR, so 2 new emotes? Ooh. We have Cry, yes, and Angie. I like them both. Or if you, Fimi, I don't know if you have like the animated option, the Angie one. You could do that, like the thing that makes it shake. I don't know if you've unlocked. I don't know what the requirements are for that. Some of them you can animate lightly, and you could just make it like shake, and that would add something to that would add something to it perhaps. But I like them both. Proteus, how's it going? Speaking of the Ocarina of Time randomizer, there's the pro himself, Proteus. We'll be streaming together, so we'll be doing like the actual stream together thing. I've never done that. It'll be a lot of fun. Proteus, I was hyping up the stream for Friday. I was hyping, but it promises to be a ton of fun. Ton of fun. They have a trainer jet. Shark's like, sit down, strap in, and get ready. You're going to flight school. That would be the second time you've taken me to flight school. Yeah, I don't know what your schedule's like anymore. I remember that was one of our big complications was scheduling. Our lives were like almost opposite in terms of when we were awake and what we were doing. I don't know what that's like these days, but have we worked out the details for Zormdo? Yes. The Zormdo details are working. We've done our test run. Yes. No, Proteus, I think it was perfect. For a first run, I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I'm so hype. It's like the first thing I mentioned on stream after saying hello. It's like, don't forget this Friday. Also, Green. I am so sorry, Green. I hope that life is thumbs up. I offer digital sympathy, but I know that that's basically meaningless currency, but yeah, I offer it. Supersonic. It's not better? Oh no. Yeah. I know. I was just Green. I was like, oh my god, Shalric. I haven't seen Shalric in, I think it was either 84 or 85 million years since we last caught up. It's been a while. And I haven't touched Audica in so long, it's embarrassing. I'll just address that up front. I would be starting over from scratch. What is this world? Mushy, this world is I'll show it to you sometime. Remind me. I couldn't begin to pronounce it. It is completely outside of my ability. Just remind me, I'll bring you. Oh, shower. We don't rob Green's SSD, all right? Because I'm not sure. Green, did you have... No, we'll just go later. It's too difficult. I'll take you there sometime. All the Wolfboy art. Filling up all the hard drives and hard drives and hard drives of Shalric Wolfboy art. Regardless, it's amazing to see both of you. Green, I'm glad that things are online again, but I'm sorry. Hopefully, did you have backups or anything, man? I hope. If you didn't and I asked this, then I'm going to feel bad, but... Oh, God. That's I did have backups. ... Did you... So was your backup on the same device? Oh, yeah. Look, what you need to do is get your CD burner out, and you need to burn 600 CDs to back up a hard backup of everything that you've got. That's the safest bet, all right? Actually, it's not even. Also, Davey 2011, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Raiders. What were you streaming, and how did it go? By the way, whenever there's a raid, I always like to let the incoming folks know. I don't know how long your stream just was, but post-stream self-care is super important. If you need to step away and get some food, grab a drink, go to the restroom, if it's bedtime, no hard feelings, no worries, take care of yourselves. But if you want to hang out for a while, you are absolutely welcome to, so. Minecraft, ooh, very nice. A little scuffy, but good. What did, was it like mostly creative, modded? What were we looking at here? Haven't been able to get to the Discord overlay working for SOH. Yeah, Proteus, I noticed that too. I think something like the pop out will probably be the best way to go about it. So. Bum, 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 bum. 10 months. Only 10 months. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's unfortunate. Mod a single Vive. You were doing VR? You were doing VR Minecraft? How is it scary? When the creepers and stuff come up and you're like in VR and you hear it, and you turn and it's just there. Oh, I bet that's so scary. I would lose it. I'm trying to think. The primary games that I've played in VR that are like scary. There's a mod where you can play GTFO in VR. That's as scary as you think it is. That's pretty damn scary. I've played Phasmophobia VR. Are those the only two scary? I played The Forest in VR. That was awful. That's kind of the only scary. I don't do a lot of scary because I get really scared. So I bet it's scary. Yes. Absolutely. When they're right in front of you, it's like, oh my gosh. Sydney, hello. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Good to see you. Yeah, Shark. That's why I know it's scary. You know, sometimes you turn around in VR and you hear when you're in VR chat and you're like, oh no. What's happening behind me? I know, Proteus, it was just constant Ganondorf organ music. I was like, oh no, we're doomed. I look forward to re-randomizing and seeing what it does next time to all the music and everything. It's gonna be so much fun. Imagine finding a creeper to play the Sonic 1 drowning me. That would be just as scary. Forest in VR is, Davey, it's if you don't like scary, that one's bad. When it gets night and stuff, and there's just you hear the people like screaming in the wood, and, you know. But it's like you're looking because it's right. The VR headsets aren't perfect, right, with rendering things far away, and so you're looking through this dark forest with these pixels, and you're like, I hear it. Where is it? It's so scary. Scary games is your life? No, Fimi, they're so scary. Oh yes, I have done scary VR chat worlds. I've done co-streams with Mushy's exactly right, Dragon and Headless. They were quite scary as well. They were quite scary. So, hey, Davey, thanks for the follow as well. Thank you. I appreciate it. And of course, thank you again for the raid. And I'm so glad you had a good stream. I'm sorry it was a little scuffed, but hopefully still a good stream. No, Sharek, don't just take a look at it, okay? Listen to Green's wisdom on this one. There's Walkabout Mini Golf is peak mini golf VR. Also, Pat, how's it going? Good to see you. The Gerudo Valley music was inside the house. I know, it's so good. It's so good. Octo, I don't want to be more scared. I get so scared. Why would I want more? Why would I mod it to make it worse? Yes, I wrote a review for a video game. I think it's like one of 2 reviews I've ever written. I put no stock in writing reviews, but I had to throw my support behind the Walkabout Mini Golf dev team. Not that my support means anything to anybody, but I was like, as a gesture, as like a thank you, not only purchasing it, but also writing, this is a good game. I was like, I have to at least put my thoughts out there. What? _00600 is your favorite VRC horror world. You have to use your camera to... So you hold your camera out as if you're looking through like some other lens and you're having to walk through that. I already hate that. Then if you... Oh. No. No. If you lose your camera, you're without vision. No. Green and I get together and play Walkabout Mini Golf from time to time, and Green plays it far more often than I do, but maybe we could all get together at some point and just catch up and play it. It would be so much fun. Hanging out with some friends? Oh, Pat, very nice. Did you go, is this online, in person? You don't have to say if you're not comfortable, of course. No pressure, I'm just curious. Mr. Body, what a pleasure. How you doing, my friend? I hope life is treating you well. Good song choice, absolutely. This song is, this is, well, when I hear this song, to be honest, I really think of Lockdown. I remember I kind of like really fell in love with this song during that, so I just listened to it like on loop for hours as I was doing, whatever I was doing to amuse myself at the time. So it's almost like nostalgic in the wrong way, but I still love the song, so gotta focus on more on Oreo and I's move coming up in like a month. The move comes first. IRL always comes first, so yes, and moving is so... I hope you have a good plan for moving. Moving's a pain, or it can be. I'm not a fan of moving, but I'm a fan of being at a new place, but getting there is tough. Let's see. I'm kind of cycling through. I have like just a massive playlist on shuffle, so I may skip a few. We'll see what happens, but I think for this run, Proteus, I'll just keep it to the Ocarina of Time soundtrack, because I was already struggling to identify all of those when they weren't in the correct locations, and that was fun for me. So I'm going to keep it that way. But maybe if we run another, that could be a fun addition as well. Close that over there. Also, Ice, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. I hope that you're having a lovely day. And yeah, If you've been lurking and stuff and hanging out, no worries. But if you ever want to jump in, feel free. But there's no pressure in either direction. You do what makes you happy. So. We did that one Horrorish World, Iron Lung. Oh, yeah. That one was kind of creepy, too. In VC, I like hanging out with folks in VC. I've been doing it more and more lately. It's a lot of fun. Because then you don't have to necessarily play games. You can just talk. You can be working on like independent things, or someone can be like sharing their screen and showing what they're doing, or everyone can be, or you can be playing the same game. There's a lot of flexibility to voice call, and Discord has all that built-in integration now. You can play like Gardic Phone in Discord. It's wild. Mushy, did you have to let it linger? Green, was it? I'm sorry. I've been so focused on your computer, I completely forgot to ask about the concert. I know you had those amazing seats. You said it was amazing. Yes. Like was it one of those where you were singing along and like just belting out the lyrics and having a great time? Did you lose your voice? That's all. Oh, sorry. I lost tracking. That's always a sign of a good concert. If you lose your voice. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Still. Nirvana, what do you mean you blew up? What does that mean? Nirvana, what does that mean? Mushy, I know you let it linger. I've heard. I've heard, Mushy. Oh gosh. Oh, Chandelier is a great song. The cover of Chandelier. That's amazing. Almost brought you to tears. It must have been gorgeous. Are there any YouTube videos of the concert out there or anything? I mean, you don't have to share it because I don't want you to, But I'm just curious. Break time. Snacks and I hope the headache is, taking care of itself, going away. Snacks, a little bit of water, ibuprofen. Maybe that'll help. I don't even know if I can say that word. I don't even know if I can say that word. What? No recording policy. That makes sense. Artists don't want folks coming in and recording and then like uploading their stuff. So yeah, that makes sense. Did anyone do anything really cool this weekend, or does anyone have any big weekend plans looking ahead? So, for example, I mentioned the double streams, and I've got 2 different D&D sessions. I'll be a player at one on Saturday, my time zone, and then I'll be DMing a one-shot for some folks that don't regularly get to play, and we're moving to like mid-level gameplay. So we'll be doing like a level 8 one-shot. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got 6 players. I'm pretty excited. I think I've got a lot of little surprises and challenges waiting for these one-shot players. So it should be fun. And then this past weekend, I had 3 days of D&D. I was DMing all 3. Friday was I DM'd the hardcore campaign that I've talked to you all about before. Saturday was Shattered Obelisk, which is like the expansion of the original Lost Mine of Phandelver that runs players 1 to 12. And then Sunday is my new Curse of Strahd table. They had their 3rd session, and they cleared Death House with no player deaths, which is huge. If you're like, what the hell is he talking about? Just know that particular section of that campaign, many people die. Usually, they did a good job though. Completely anonymous. That's that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. I can get that. Oh, Mushy, I saw your question. I didn't answer it because I was in bed when I saw it, and I'm just remembering that I forgot to answer it. You can do because you're shifting from 14 to 24, you can do a complete redo of everything. If you want to totally reroll stats, if you want to swap some stats, that's fine. Just let me know what you're doing in your player log. So yeah. Flew a big slow plane at him and he didn't. How? What is he, like Star Killer? How is he supposed to stop a plane with the Force? What do you mean? It's like, oh, there's a plane. I must. How is he going to stop you? Double streams? Yes, Sydney. So on Friday, my time zone, it's all on the schedule. It's on the Twitch schedule and on the Discord schedule. And those should auto-adjust for your time zones. But on Friday, we'll be doing, Proteus and I will be streaming Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, but it'll be a randomizer run. And it's my very first time ever playing a randomizer. So I am very excited. Proteus is a skilled, professional randomizer player and streamer. I am baby's first randomizer. And so I'm going to be learning from the wisdom of Proteus. We'll be doing a co-stream together. So we'll both be streaming our perspectives. And it's a multiplayer run, so we can actually see each other in the game, which is incredible, because that is not originally a multiplayer game. And we'll be using Ship of Harkinian as our method of playing. We both own the game and have legally obtained ROMs, and so we are being sure to respect any rules, regulations, copyright, all that. They did better. Yeah, they did better than y'all. And then Sydney, part 2. Sorry, double stream. I got distracted. Part 2 on Saturday. Stream Team will be making their once every 3 months appearance. No shade. That's not shady at them. That's shady at me. They'll be making their once in a while appearance. We'll be playing Peak, which is that game that came out. That was part of that competition. It was like a rush build game, and the idea is that you're just trying to climb to the top of a mountain essentially, but that is a very gross summarization of it. But there's many complications on your journey to the peak of this mountain. So we'll be playing that with Stream Team. I'll be playing Randomizer OOT with Proteus. Cinevid Green. I'm probably gonna check it out. I'm sorry. I'm probably gonna check it out after stream. I didn't mean. I'm not set up to like load a video and throw it on the thing. Green. I don't have all that in place. Oh, okay. Oh, you said hold on to your butts. I thought everyone was bracing. I was like, It's like, Green, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to set this expectation. Hypnotherapist to try and help with the Wait, Femi, what is that phobia? Trypanophobia. I don't know if I know that phobia. Unwelcome surprise? Wait, Pat, what do you mean? What unwelcome surprise? With a rocket launcher? Violence doesn't solve violence. Nirvana, there's other ways. Also, Hudson, how's it going? It's good to see you. Brad, okay, well, yes, I am live, but I don't know if necessarily I would agree with that descriptor. But yes, I'm here. How are you? Supposed to meet up. Yeah, Sydney, you were looking forward to the Dairy Queen meetup. Only one showed up, 2 got sick. Oh, 1 stuck at work. Well, who knows? Maybe, Sydney, maybe the ones that didn't show up, maybe they also had a life event, and maybe maybe they like slept through their alarm and they're embarrassed to admit it. But I'm sorry that, not everyone made it. But hopefully you and the one friend still had a good time, right? Because while it's disappointing that not everyone made it, a hangout isn't necessarily about quantity, right? Good quality time with one friend can be just as impactful as, a huge hangout with a bunch of people. So I hope that you and your friend, even though not everyone made it, I hope you all had a great time together. Yeah, Hudson, I saw that clip is moving up fast. I take it that you and Nirvana are just watching it on loop every night, doing like 10 watches, and I saw the number rising. I was like, yep, people are just watching it on loop. What's happening? I got you. Thank you for, and I hope, sorry to ask you to explain it. I am not a big fan of them either. I actually used to pass out on site. I don't do that anymore. Somewhere around the time that I started picking up tattoos, that kind of reset my brain on needles. But yeah, still not a big fan, to be honest. Seek wisdom, not war, young apprentice. Seek wisdom! Yes, Mushy, my young apprentice. Great. Hudson, that one's much better. Thanks. We got it. Nirvana, I said that peace, not war. I don't know if that needs to be a redeem. I'm going to be honest. I think like a handful of people would hit it constantly, but I think it would sit largely not used. Just my theory. Man, it's hard to beat Tom Petty. But yeah, I'm super excited about the double streams this weekend. I'm probably also going to stream something on Thursday this week. There's not anything on the schedule currently. Ooh, Flo. Hello. How's it going, Flo? Wonderful to see you, as always. I hope that you had a great day. Oh, God. Green, thanks so much for the ooh. I really appreciated it. Thanks. Mushy, yeah, say Mushy, I was trying to do voices as a dungeon master at D&D over the weekend, and I kept accidentally slipping back into the worm voice. I was like, oh no, it's taking over. It would be used. What do you? Hudson, thank you as well for the ooh. I really appreciate it. Green, you're right. This is ooh's already here. Why am I so afraid of Nya when went to a park, watched the sunset. Oh my God, Green, thank you again. It's so cringe. Uh-oh. I was wondering how long until someone found that. I'll get to it. Flo, I'll get to it. Yep. Hold on. Let me read Sydney's comment, though. Went to a park, watched the sunset. I love watching sunset. Sunrises and sunsets, gorgeous. When the colors are... Oh, yes, absolutely. Dairy Queen parking lot, showing up at 7, stay until sunset. Went to watch the sunset at a park, which was a way better view. So see, Sydney, even though I know it's disappointing that it didn't go the way you planned, it sounds like you pivoted and still made like a wonderful experience out of it. And that's incredible. You didn't let it like get you down, you know? It's like, let's pivot, let's do what we want to do, and let's have a great time, right? Absolutely. Incredible. It's Tuesday. Yeah, it is. How's it going, Flo? Hope you're doing well. My day was a nightmare. I'm on one jump. No, Flo. We're not. No. I'm not even gonna read that. We're not doing that. That's not happening. You're doing great. All right. Also, Gorilla, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I'm chronically behind on chat. I will get there, I promise. But I hope you're doing well. Thank you. The worm voice. It's a roleplay thing. These ads, yeah. If you have a monetized channel, you have to have ads at the beginning of your stream. The only alternative is that you run multiple mid-roll ads. Thanks for the boo. The only alternative is that you run multiple midstream ads, which is more disruptive once we are in good conversation. I'd rather you have like one ad at the beginning and then no ads. I've turned off all optional ads. The ones at the beginning are required by Amazon. So anyway, yeah, sorry about that. It does suck, so. Okay. Just not everyone has the option to sub, so I don't expect that. I am sorry you encountered an ad, but thank you for the follow. Yes. All right. So, speaking of ads, I run joke ads, and Flow has redeemed the newest one. It's a remake, but it's new. It's new. So for those who don't know or aren't accustomed to my stream experience, there's a handful of these massive channel point redemptions that you can make. They can only be redeemed once per stream. They cost big money, and they give me a chance to like go to the bathroom and get some drink, So appreciate the break. I will run it briefly. It's like a minute or so, and then I will be back. Flow, the updated for the new avatar, Bad 80s Workout. Well, there you go. There it was, the updated Bad 80s Workout. I told you it would happen before the end of the month. Not exactly the same. It's hard to reproduce one-to-one what the other one was because the avatar is so different. But all the same, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for redeeming it. And I kept my promise. Yeah. I'm so behind on chat. Hold on, y'all. Let me get caught up. Can't deny me my day. No, I'm not denying it, Flo. I'm just saying I gotta be, there's other options, Flo. Going insane and you can't stop me. Well, hopefully that bad workout helped, Both got chocolate ice cream? Bezos. True. Yeah, for a while I actually demonetized the channel to get rid of ads. But then we lose channel points, we lose so much. We lose emote slots. Like, if you demonetize, you lose all the benefits. So I ended up remonetizing because of the channel points and stuff. And anyway, and my God, if you try to demonetize, that is a process. There's a lot of customer support. So I would sub only if Das did a maid outfit. You're currently subbed. What do you mean? Making me work out your passion. You should have seen me struggling to get those sit-ups in for filming. Finally got an update on the overhaul. Okay, Pat. Finally heard back from the guy we worked. Story for the quest turned out great. We were just waiting for Jim's approval. Got his approval. I've been released from my fate in RT, which means either my quest is getting cut from the mod or I... Oh no, Pat, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry. I mean, it's like good and bad, right? It's bittersweet in there. I hope they don't cut it. I'm sorry, Pat. I'm sorry for that news. Also, Tiger Man, how's it going? Sorry, y'all. I'm really behind. I'm getting caught up. That's the downside of running a break as I get behind. All the selves in one scene? That is magic. That was a Pokemon gym at the end? Hey, I was wondering if anyone would catch that. So, Flo, it was harder for me to do some of the intense workouts, so I opted for some more yoga stuff to kind of offset some of the physical requirements that I was trying to do. I'm about 6 years older than the last time I filmed the workout video. I couldn't give it the same energy that I did back then. The sea shanty? That was going to be even harder to reproduce. That scene where I had the bad throw, that was unintentional. I don't know if I could recreate that scene if I tried. I genuinely don't know. So we'll see. That one was also the longest one historically. Yeah, we'll see. I've got some other things I want to try and film as well, but I'm very quickly running out of time on my vacation. The reason I've been so productive and streaming so much and being able to put out the little commercials and things is because I've been on vacation. So once my workflow starts back up, it'll be a lot harder to like schedule things with people, to work on stuff, to stream. You know, it'll be back to how it usually is. So didn't willingly pay, fair enough. Some people swear by the midstream ads. It does increase your ad revenue. That is true. Yeah, I am not a fan of midstream. So I would rather run the one at the very beginning, get it over with. It's like ripping a Band-Aid off once and then you're done, right? I could stream for 10 hours, and assuming you stay in the stream the whole time, you have to watch the ads once. Midstream ads will hit. Some people break it down like every 20 minutes. You get like a midstream ad. Ugh. The worst. I'm not a fan of that at all. Nicki Minaj. I was rounding, Mushy. Yeah, City, the background is very nice. I streamed Out of This World many years ago, and I thought I'd give it another shot again because it's been a long time. Very pretty background. Very pretty. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, it was 2,000 channel points back then, so we'll see. I don't know. I also originally, so I enjoy creating them. I like that you all like them. That we got to a point where, like, people were just hitting the thing over and over and over, and that's why I limit it to one per stream. I don't want the 3-hour stream to be an hour of just running the commercials over and over again. So, yeah, I don't want to have so many options that we lose like a third of our conversation time. That's important. We have to find the right balance. That's the other thing that I always think about with them. You'll notice most of them are like a minute or less. They're very brief because I don't want it to be massively disruptive to what we're doing. But I enjoy making them. I think they're cute. I think they're fun. So, yeah, we got to find. It's just a matter of finding balance, like anything else in life, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't like a pre-roll either, but like I said, I prefer a pre-roll to a mid-roll. So, and I want channel points and emotes and all that. So, yeah, I think you can get up to like a 55% avenue split if you like revenue split if you go the uh like mid-roll route. And then you can some people do like in-stream ads where it like moves their stream around and there's like an ad on their stream. Ugh. I turn all that off. Ah, Super Bass is so good. for for a couple of years, I'm in a fortunate position financially and kind of and like I can do a few things like I can spend on luxuries. I've got a little bit of extra fun money, so like I can host D&D things or I can buy video games occasionally that I want to play. Like I'm pretty fortunate in that way, and I for a while I actually did. Is it Twitch Turbo? I don't remember what it's called. Twitch's subscription service because I actually spend a lot of time on Twitch as a lurker. Uh, it's like very specific streams that I go to, but I lurk a ton, and I just like paid for that subscription fee for like a year or two, and just lurked and never had any ads, which was nice. But again, that's a luxury. Not everyone has that option. So yeah, Pat, that would be, yeah. And like you said, maybe there's like a size of the file or something. Maybe there's a reason that a cut would have to be made, but I agree if it was just for no reason, yeah, that would be frustrating. I hope there's a, I hope the message that you send and the response that you get provides good clarification. You know what I mean? Sensible clarification that makes you go, ah, I see. So, yeah, the in-stream redeem. The the problem is I have very quickly learned on this channel, there have been people that have been watching for a long time, and I am so grateful for that. But the flip side of that is that they have been hoarding channel points for years. Sometimes I'll put up a goal. I remember one time I put up a community goal. It was like Phasmophobia VR stream, right? And I set it like 100,000 channel points or something that everyone could donate to. And if the community, I set the timer for like a month. And I was like, if after a month of streaming, the community is able to raise 100,000 channel points, which is all made up currency anyway, right? This isn't a real money. It's just, I was like, if you all can spend 100,000 channel points, this was an old goal, then I'll do a Phasmophobia VR stream. And I put it up thinking that was like an outlandish goal. One stream, the first hour, the goal was met. And people were like, oh, I still have a ton of channel points. I can afford it. Like, what is, no. So I had to be so cautious. If I put something up that I think is outlandish, it'll get met with channel points. There folks, like I bet Mushy, I don't even want to know how many channel points Mushy has. I bet it's a ton of channel points. I bet Pat has a lot. Sydney, I bet you keep a fair bank. Nirvana probably has several, although Nirvana spends a lot of uwus. See what I mean? Nirvana spends a lot of uwus. Woke up late for an interview. Ooh, got lost in the address. Dropped my keys. Oh, no breakfast? At lunch, someone fell on me? What do you mean? Oh my gosh. Flo, were you it was fine. So you didn't get hurt yourself, right? Had to wait another hour and a half, got home. Went to take a bath. Shower didn't have hot water. What do you mean the shower didn't have hot water? Sorry, I was referring to the nail. I know that there's emotional and psychic damage. But you wrote that the nail missed you, so when I was going to eat my dinner, someone had already... What do you mean someone had already eaten it? Who ate... Okay, of all the crimes, of all the atrocities that were committed against you today, someone eating your dinner is high on my list as biggest crime. Who did it and why? Why would they eat your food? What do you mean? You don't stream enough for me to have a lot. Mushy, give me all your channel points. Hand them over. You've lost your channel points. Got a lot, but don't go crazy. Sydney, I figured that you had a lot. Like Amber, I think, has a lot. Ari has a lot. There's a lot of folks. A lot of lurkers as well that I know have a ton, so. You're going to have your revenge? I've also had people lose all their channel points, though, which is really interesting. Because once in a while, we'll put like a bet up, you know, or whatever. A poll. I forget what they call them. Bets. Polls. But we'll put up the ones where you can like wager some of your channel points about whether or not I'm gonna like succeed at a goal or whatever on stream. And I've seen people lose big channel points in those polls before. Yeah, Flo, I'm sorry. It does sound like a pretty shit day. And I hope that the delivery of the remade Bad 80s workout, which was essentially a direct promise to you at the end of the day, I hope that brought a fraction of a moment of joy to an otherwise tough day. I'm sure it didn't fix the day, but maybe it helped a little bit. So a giggle? Well, if it made you giggle, then I am very satisfied. Des, hug us. Hold on, let me cheers. Y'all have become a very affectionate chat the past couple of streams. So like, please give us hugs. Here you go. Here. Oh, what? Hold on. No. Okay, I'll go this way then. Fine. If you're gonna insist on going that way, there you go. There's a big hug. Flo's like, don't touch me. I don't want a daspra hug. I'm still sweaty from the Bad 80s workout. Awkward hugs? When it comes to friends, when it comes to family and close friends, I am a hugger. I will admit that. But outside of that, I don't really like to be touched. So it's kind of weird. If I know someone really well, I'm like, oh my God, give me a hug. But when strangers are like, oh, you know, they hold, I'm like, don't, nope, nah, Chill Alien. Someone else who probably has a great deal of channel points. How's it going? I hope that you had a wonderful day. Welcome in. Sensible and selective? Fair enough. That is a good way to think about it. Hello, Chill. Thank you for the hello. How are you? What? Very well. I just put my cup down, but I will pick it back up. Thank you for the hollow tea. Cheers to your tea or water or whatever you're having as well. Yeah, same, Sydney. And unfortunately, like, and a lot of the places that I frequent IRL, there are a lot of people who are very, like, environmentally appropriate, interested in just like handshakes and hugs and, you know, pats on the shoulder. And like a lot of the places that I go in my day to day, there's a lot of that. And I just, not my favorite, but it's fine. We have a lot of points. Yeah, there's a new Bad 80s workout, but it's already been redeemed. But we were talking about like setting big channel point goals and how the community has been able to meet them pretty quickly because there's such a bank of channel points between everyone. The true thief in D&D? No, Flo. Chill isn't just the thief. Chill is the new dungeon master. Yeah, and maybe, Pat, maybe the person you were talking to miscommunicated something, right? So a direct reach out perhaps will help clear that up. Maybe they misunderstood a point or something. So I definitely think, like you said, a direct message and just saying like, hey, I heard this. What's going on? You know? And then you'll have a much more concrete answer and understanding of what's going on, whether it's a miscommunication or otherwise. So, but I hope it goes well. I really do. The Harbor Master. The Thief DM, yes. All hit points. All hit points. Yeah, we were talking about, because I've brought back, I have refilmed. There's like a new VR chat intro that I filmed, right? I didn't run it this stream because I was running late, but there is like an intro that there's a couple of scenes, that sort of thing. There's I've remade the Bad 80s workout, I've remade the Pokemon battle, I've remade the museum trip. So there's been requests to remake the sea shanty, but that one was really long, and it's also, that one's a little more repetitive. I think if I were to remake it, I would shorten it. I would cut it at like 1 minute. Because it's the same chorus over and over and over, right? And I know that's kind of the point of a sea shanty, but that one is the one I'm least interested in bringing back, if I'm being honest, because that one's kind of it took a long time to film it, and it's like, I mean, it's fun, but it's the one I'm, maybe something else. Yeah, who knows? Maybe something else. Because I have other ideas that I've been writing down as well. Also, how's it going, Wojo? It's good to see you. Sydney, I do remember. I wasn't going to shout it out in case you didn't want it shared. But, happy birthday. How's your birthday? Paying for and supplying a revolution led by a kobold. Kobolds are good revolutionaries, at least in D&D. They're very creative, very intelligent, and they are very resourceful. So yeah. What do you mean goblins are nasty? What do you mean? Also, Juice, how's it going? It's good to see you. Hello. Yes. Sydney, happy birthday to you. I hope it has been an amazing birthday. I hope that you got to do things that you wanted to do and spend time with the people that you wanted to spend it with. And if that was just yourself, cool. Whatever it was that you were hoping, I hope the day was full of the things that you enjoy and the things that you wanted. And not the things that other people wanted for you, but the things you wanted. That's a good birthday. Also, Proteus, I see you head bobbing. I see you head bobbing to Lady Gaga. I'm learning. I don't always stop and like acknowledge the head bobs, but I'm like, oh, Proteus is feeling Lady Gaga. Okay. I'm gonna tattle on Proteus a little bit, y'all. I didn't ask him if it was okay. But Proteus and I, we met. That was yesterday. We met yesterday after D&D. I was running late, and I'm sorry again, Proteus. But we met yesterday. Proteus and I have actually we've known each other a long time via Twitch, but we've never like gotten a call together and really just, or like played a game together or anything. But an important part of streaming collaboratively with someone, especially if you're doing something you've never done before, is making sure everything works, right? Like making sure you can get in the same game lobby, making sure the randomizer works, making sure that like the Discord call works like it's supposed to, that your overlays look like they're supposed to. That's like good streamer etiquette, especially if you're streaming with someone else, because there's two people's schedules on the line. So Proteus and I agreed to meet yesterday to connect to a game to make sure we could actually do the randomizer together and all that. But we were like, yeah, we'll meet briefly, make sure everything works, and then like call it a night. My God, we were talking, we were hanging out, we were laughing, we started messing with the randomizer. I like blinked twice, 4 hours had gone by. I was like, Proteus, I gotta go. I was like, I'm so sorry, I need food. We have never hung out, and it was just like, to me, it was just like click. We just we were laughing, we were playing, we were talking about like our nostalgia for the game, and it was so much fun. I was like, man, Proteus is aight. Sorry, I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna call you aight in front of everybody. I hope you don't mind. But we had a good time. It was fun. It's always a good sign when you're hanging out with somebody. You blink, and hours have gone by. Right? That is nothing but a good sign. To go with a lasso. Could you run into? Love this song. I think of my brother when I hear this song. 1:40 a.m. So it just started, but for dinner tonight, me and my family are gonna have Chinese food for dinner. Yes, that'll be amazing. No, goblins aren't nasty. They're fine. Gonna get going? I'm gonna engage lurker mode. Yes, Mushy. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you later, Mushy. Also, remember, the things that you asked are fine. Just let me know what changes you make. That's the only thing I ask. Proteus, I did all that time building you up. If I had been like, Proteus is amazing, right? It would have been too far. So you gotta build it up, but then you gotta balance it. You gotta be like, oh yeah, we had so much fun. We spent all this time together. Hey, if it's all positive, it sounds fake. You gotta balance it. Balance it. We're not gonna listen to the Matrix soundtrack. Hagrid said their nest. Oh well. Who can argue with Hagrid? No. Goblins are fun. Some of my favorite D&D player characters have been goblins. They're fun. Look, take a moment and consider my perspective, all right? I am wearing a furry avatar, streaming on Twitch, in VR. I want you to think of like how niche and obscure that statement is. I want you to take a moment to think about how removed from normal civilization what I just said is, right? And I'm not saying that in a shady way, just a factually way. I'm kind of removed, and gobbos are kind of removed, right? I like that. I'm a little removed from the norms. That's cool to me. So like when I see a fun player character that does that as well, spot on. Gobbo PCs do that really well. Bugbear PCs can pull it off. Kobold PCs, like a lot of those stereotypically monstrous or like beast races or whatever species, whatever you want to call them. It's fun to kind of like play them and turn some of those stereotypes around and play with that in the world of D&D. It's kind of a fun way to poke at society just a little bit. Not to get like, all like that, but working on the D&D campaign as we speak. Chill. Yes, good. I'm excited. Saturday. You furry. I'm sorry. I realized that you thought I was just an anime. But I'm sorry. Let me get down to see your perspective. All right, Flo, you got to do the lean. Chocolate birthday cake? Yes, with purple icing. Purple's favorite color. Yep. With purple icing. We're going to dye the icing with purple. That's going to be so good. Sydney, that is such a Sydney cake. I know. And think about it. It's made with all that love, taking the time to like get the purple icing and get the chocolate, because I know that you like the chocolate, the purple icing. That is going to be a cake filled with love and warm wishes for an amazing year, an amazing birthday. I know you must be very happy. And in my head, I'm sending you a grape Propel. Don't drink it with the cake though. They won't drink well. They won't mix well together, so. Wow, you're short. Everything's out of reach. Hey, Flo, go grab the step stool like I have to do, and then everything will be fine. Yeah, chill. I would be careful. I wouldn't script too much of it, right? You want to avoid over scripting just in case the players do something that you failed to anticipate. It's good to have like story beats in your head. Like, okay, this kind of thing needs to happen, this kind of thing, but don't script the path from A to B. Let that flow and let that flow and be improvisational with your players. I know it feels unnatural, but it'll cause you so much less stress. You'll spend so much less time prepping once you get comfortable with that. And that's easy for me to say because I used to chronically over prep all my sessions. But then I would very quickly learn that I'd be like, all right, I have planned this. And then y'all, like players were like, no, we want to go do this. It's like, oh. So I kind of gave up on scripting every moment. And I'm more of like, I script, the scenes to an extent, and then everything in between the scenes is very improvisational, and it's very dependent on like the players, how they interact with the NPCs, all that. You know, I'll give you a great example. Arbor Chevelle in Curse of Strahd is an entirely made-up character, and it was because of like you were seeking something as a player, and I was like, okay, this is fun. Like let's hit the story beat together. I didn't write anything about Arbor. I made Arbor up with you in real time, and that was, you know, I think it felt like a staple character to the party, but it was entirely improvised from you and I doing our back and forth. Oh my God, is that Broforce? Oh yeah, it would go well with the Chinese food. Yeah. Milk with cake? No, I also like milk with cake. Yeah, no, because it helps cut it a little bit. Because cake can be so rich. Comfortable being 5'9"? No, 5'3" is where it's at. Flo, do you get in VR any? Do you have VR? Have you ever been on VR chat? I can't remember. We've talked about this before, but I don't remember. Proteus, was that copper piece worth it? Juice, there has been many times that I have grabbed a chair, drug it across somewhere. If I can't get a step stool, yes, I'm not above grabbing a chair. I also have a grabber, okay? If it's small and I'm confident, I'll just get the grabber. And if I can't use the grabber, if I'm really irritated, I'll just get a stick and knock something down. That's not always good, though. Sometimes you break things doing that. I don't recommend that approach. But absolutely. Also, Dez, it's so good to see you. How are you? How are you doing? Hello. The Dino Grabber, absolutely. Absolutely, Hudson. One of the things I like about writing for D&D is I always have ideas, okay, but no idea how to go from A to B. With players, it just makes it work. Like, I'm worried that the mystery I'm writing for y'all to solve would be too hard, just not make sense. Yeah. There's something else I've learned, okay? Chill, this is unsolicited DM advice. I'm sorry, you didn't ask for it. I'm just giving it. Something else I've learned, never make it so that something can only be solved with like one success. Don't lock a story thread behind one successful check. It's like the players must succeed a DC 18 history check or else they don't remember this important detail and this quest is closed. That's not good. That makes things too hard for players because it's like one bad roll and you can totally miss everything. So definitely make sure that if you're writing things that are difficult or that have high DCs or that are like complicated puzzles, make sure you're prepared to offer players assistance. So an example, if you have a complicated puzzle and the players themselves are struggling, you can offer checks to their characters. You can be like, okay, who has the highest, Arcana check if it's a magical puzzle? And whoever does say, okay, I want you to roll an Arcana check for me. And based on the roll, you can then you can say, well, your character would know this about the current situation. And you can kind of help get them thinking about the puzzle. So even if we get stuck, there's ways that you can guide them. You see what I'm saying? I've had a lot of success with that. I almost said the wrong thing there. I've had a lot of success with that. Those lights are pretty. Not important. I got nice cake? No cake. Feeling. No cake. Carrot cake? No cake. Oh yeah, Sydney, you gotta be very careful on a ladder. If you go more than like 5 feet up in the air, you should probably even everyone's gonna roll their eyes when I say this. You should really like put on a harness and have like an anchor point and all that if you're going more than 5 feet, because a fall greater than that could result in a pretty serious injury. it doesn't even take 5 feet. I have a good friend who was on a step ladder. The ones that I joke about. Oh, step ladder, right? The ones that I joke about. I had a friend own a step ladder. The step ladder gave. I don't know if it was just old and like brittle. It gave under him. He fell like 2 rungs on a step ladder, and he fractured his ankle. Like, he shattered his ankle, not fractured. It shattered his ankle. He's been bedridden because they had to completely reset it and do like a hard cast and everything. I mean, so it does not take a big fall to sustain serious injuries. So always be cautious. Good, just quite warm. The new apartment's great, but it lacks central air. Oh no! Do you get to put in like any? Des, do you get to put in any? Do you get to put in any like of your own AC or anything, or temperature controlling measures, or is it just kind of like, good luck? Roles will be more like helpful hints. Yeah, exactly. And Chill, I trust that you know all this. I know that you are connected with other DMs and things, and I'm sure that I'm not saying anything that's like, I've never thought of that. Like, you know. But just know that it'll go. I'm sorry, I'll have a little indigestion. There we go. It'll go better than you think. Oh, Elton John. Yes. A lot of what? A lot of what? Suggest tape? My suggestions tape? That's what, isn't that just Tuesday Talks? Is that not my suggestions tape? I just get on this soapbox, yell at you all for a few hours, and then I don't yell. But I get up here, run my mouth for a few hours, and, you know, this is my suggest tape. Yes. On DAS fans? No. Hudson, there's no... No. There's no. None of that. Hey, step in time. Good to see you again. I've torn a ligament falling off an 8-inch step. First of all, I'm so sorry to hear that, because a torn ligament is painful and long recovery, as I've heard. But yes, exactly. Like Steppen said, it does not take a big fall, which is why I think ladders are so scary. And it's, Sydney, I think being uncomfortable on a ladder or having like a healthy amount of fear is a good thing, because things can go wrong on them. That is not a place to play. That's for certain. Fall arrest above 10 feet. Otherwise, it's highly illegal. I feel like you'll violate OSHA rules a lot. No. Look, all because there's low-hanging electrically powered light sources and standing water in the floor, and there's some extension cords. You can't see them. They're under the water now. All because all of that's there does not mean that this is an OSHA violation. We are fine here, okay? I promise. Window unit in the living room. Fans to blow the cold. I live in a spot where I'm not able to do window units. I've got one of those like internal units, which are even less efficient. And I do something similar. It's in one room, and then I have a fan that kind of attempts to waft the cold air to the other room, you know. Meanwhile, I got my PC, which is a large space heater, just pumping heat out. Hopefully it'll get cool soon, and you can crack a window, you know. But yeah, try to stay cool. Plenty of water, you know, that sort of thing. Fans help. Moving hot air is better than stagnant air for certain. So it did work. It sure did. Never in my chaotic life have broken a bone. Really? Strong bones. Left shoulder is like a crank. It screams and needs constant maintenance. Flo, do you have to pull one of these? Like, you know? when you hear this in the club, you're gonna turn this shit up. See how much better it sounds when she says it? Anyway. Well, I'm glad you've never broken a bone, Flo. I've broken 2 bones, which is kind of weird to talk about. I have broken my foot. I broke my foot in high school. I was a track and cross-country runner. I got a stress fracture. If this was your foot, like my fingers are the toes and then the wrist is the ankle, right? Coming this direction. So I got a hairline fracture on the second toe that started at the tip of the toe and went all the way down to the ankle. Like the bone hairline fractured all the way down it from like this kind of bending. And it came from a lot of the cross country. A lot of that running was like trail, rocks and uneven surfaces and things. And the theory is that this motion caused a stress fracture that ran down the foot. That one was pretty painful. And you can't cast that. You just have to like wear like a boot or whatever. And I couldn't run anymore for a long time. I still get pain in that foot. It has never properly. So bone breaks are tough. The second thing that I broke as a kiddo, I actually, it's a weird thing to say, but I broke my chin. I fell off of this is gross. So if you're easily grossed out, I'm going to keep it relatively tame because I also am easily grossed out. But this is a gross story. If you're easily grossed out, you may want to tab out for a bit. Maybe give me like 5 minutes. But I will start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I had a neighbor a couple of houses down, and they had this like large retaining wall built of cinder block, and at the bottom of the retaining wall was the home's driveway. The retaining wall was probably at its peak height about 6 to 7 feet above the driveway. Big wall, and the thickness of a standard size cinder block, so pretty thick. Is it Tios the Nova? Did I get that right? Tios the Nova? I hope I got your name right. Thanks for the follow. I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely day. I, in my infinite wisdom as a kiddo, went down to play with like the neighbor down the street. I was like 4 or 5. I don't know. I was a little kid, And the last thing moms and dads, where they looked me dead in the face. They said, whatever you do not get on that retaining wall. So naturally, I go down there and get on the retaining wall because that's, I didn't roll high on my intelligence as a kiddo. And anyway, I went up there and I was like balance beaming and not paying attention to the fact that I was at like the 7-foot high section of this retaining wall, lost my balance, tumbled, fell, hit chin first on the driveway, totally split my chin wide open. Oh, it was awful. I had to have stitches. Later in life, I'm at the dentist and they're doing like the dentist scans to just look for like general tooth care. There's a scare. They're like, my God, we think you have cancer in your chin. I go to a cancer specialist. They biopsy my chin. They're like, no, you don't have cancer, but there's a massive hole in your chin from a traumatic lesion. Did you get hit as a kid? I'm like, I had to have surgery to put artificial bone in and everything and to like refill out my jaw much later in life because of my stupidity as a kid. So listen to the folks in your life that are wise. That's the lesson of this story. It was bad. It was if I had been impacted in my chin in any way, it all would have collapsed. It would have shattered. I had like hollow. I just had a massive hole in my chin. It was weird, hard to explain. But anyway. Sorry for that gross story. I told you it was gross. That's you cute lies. Hudson, I don't know what you tried to link. I think I've got links turned off, so I'm so sorry. We don't see any links that you share. Boom, 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 boom. You clipped. I've had a lot. Great, thanks. Yeah, it is almost 2026. Time flies. It only gets faster as you get older as well. I'm sorry, y'all. I was telling a long story and I'm way behind on chat. I will get caught up if you send a message. I promise. Let me move through them. Just show us your feet as a I'm not showing my feet. No. My feet are in the water. Cross country had a lot of stamina. Those days are gone. Yeah, broken bones aren't fun. Somewhere in Dez's mind, watching this bunny dance to club music is totally fine. Somewhere back there in the recesses. Got your name right? Perfect, Tios. I hope you're doing well, and thank you again for the follow. Sorry, I was like mid soapbox, and I'm so sorry. I'm always behind on chat, but I always read your comments and usually respond to them. Just normally 20 minutes late. Don't rely on my high intelligence. I don't rely on my high intelligence. Well, Joe, you don't rely on your high intelligence, but you're like, oh, well, take it or leave it. Meanwhile, I'm like, please, I just needed a few more points in the character creator. Why listen to parents when you can make memories? Well, you know, it is a good story in hindsight. I was about the same height. You're not wrong. A retaining wall, it's, maybe someone already explained it. Yes, step in time. Thank you. Before I continue my soapbox, what step in time said is absolutely correct. Used to retain earth, usually to prevent like erosion. Tios, I always roll nat ones on my intelligence saving throws. Yes. Mild story. I kept it mild. I didn't explain like what I saw in the mirror, the stitches. I left it very vague. This isn't the Twitch is not the place for that kind of conversation. But interestingly, I have a little scar on my chin still to this day from the impact. No one can see it though because I have all this facial hair. Oh. Fell off the back patio when you were 2. Got a hairline oh my gosh. Proteus, that's terrifying, especially at that age. The skull isn't necessarily done closing up and doing all of its things, you know? Late, better than never. Yeah, Wojo, we gotta catch up sometime. I'm looking forward to it. Nirvana, what I will allow, the avatar is absolutely cute. A lot of love and attention went into this avatar. The avatar creator did a ton of work. Well, actually, let's take it a step back. The creator of the anime, Made in Abyss, who conceptualized the character Nanachi, did an amazing job. And then the avatar creators that have worked on the avatar and done various iterations in VR chat have done great work. And then Chill and Mushy and Vicky Beaver and all the folks that had a hand in constructing the avatar, they all did a great job and made a cute avatar, 100%. There's not going to be, there's no merch. There's no merch. Also, Bree, it's good to see you. How are you? Hello. Sorry, I'm almost caught up. I'm almost caught up. Oh yeah, I always dance funny. I used to dance more in VR actually. I'm kind of calm on that now. My old age keeps me from dancing like I used to. Split my ear open on a bedside table. Not one on dexterity. Gosh. Oh, I bet that hurt. While it was split open, I mean, you ask for them to stick a piercing in and close it up, I guess. Tios, while it's open, you know. Ugh. You broke your femur? Whoa. That's one of those that's one of those big breaks. A femur? I didn't know that. Chill, I had no idea you had done that. No, Das is not. Trust me. I see me every day. Take my word for it, all right? I don't say this often. Trust me. Trust me. Sprained and twisted my ankle. Sprained your wrist. Never broke anything. I hope you never do. Genuinely, I hope you never do. Sprains can be just as painful, though. A bad sprain, oh my gosh. And there's nothing you can do for that. A little bit of ice, maybe. A little, you know. It's like, here's an ibuprofen and an ice pack. It's like, my God. It hurts. Hudson, I have to like invest in a store thing, and I don't even have a like I have this avatar, but I don't have like a Sona, I don't have like a ref sheet. There's nothing. There's none of that foundation is there. There'd be so much work for something that is just I'm just a casual streamer. I'm casual. I'm a cash. You were having a tantrum when you were 4, being told to clean your room. Reached down, grabbed stuff, stood back up, hit the head. Oh, forehead on an open drawer? Oh my gosh. 5 at the time? 1 in the morning? Okay, yeah, no piercings at 1 in the morning then. See, the context helps tell the whole story for sure. Tios, I hope they healed up okay. Oh my gosh. Also rolled a nat 1 on wisdom when I was 13. Decided to stand on a folding chair, lost my balance, landed on the metal part. Oh, Proteus, I bet that hurt. And it's embarrassing. Did it fold up on itself too in the process? Ugh. Hopefully no serious injuries on that one. A tooth flew out? Oh, Flo. Oh my gosh. Agree to disagree. No, No. Popped their femur. Ooh. No. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear a bone snap. Oh my gosh. What anime is the avatar from? It's from Juice. It's from, the anime is called Made in Abyss. And it is, if you're new to anime, it is out there. And if you are if you're a casual anime enjoyer, it's out there. Anything beyond that, it's fine. Like, I enjoy it tremendously. It is an out there anime though for casual anime enthusiasts. So, yeah, traumatic. That's yeah. Near death experience? No. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm really falling behind now. Hold on. We won't merch. You made effort to other stuff. Yeah, sometimes I put effort in some things. That's true. I don't know. Merch just feels. Most of the things that I put effort into are very accessible and free for everyone. So like the little commercials and stuff that I make, right? I don't lock them behind like bits or anything. They're channel points. All they cost is time. And time is precious. Don't get me wrong. But people don't have to interact with a lot of the things that I do effort-wise on stream. There's not a financial buy-in. I feel like merch has like this financial buy-in element. I don't know. It feels weird. I'll admit, it feels weird to me to like make merch. A blue body plushie. And I'd have to really be careful with copyright, right? Because this is a character from a show or from an anime. I'd have to be very cautious about that for sure. So, Made in Abyss, yep. Nanachi is a near hate species, super dark show. It is very dark, but it is great, but it's dark. Both can be true, 100%. Bad skiing accident. Yeah. Oh my God. For someone future of walking, yes. It was on a growth plate. Healed well. Fizzy. I had no idea you had all that. That's wild. Dang. I'm glad physio went well for you and everything. Yeah, Flo. Let's keep it TOS. I don't know what those experiences could have been. So let's a cute sticker set, maybe. Look. Never say never. That's what I've learned, right? You never know what's gonna happen. You know, there's been a lot of questions about what's gonna happen at 1,000 followers, and I've been giving it some thought. Who knows? Maybe a long-standing promise, air quotes, that I never made that y'all say I did will come up one day. Who knows? Time to get me anxious. Why would you do that? Guess what I have? So what do you have? Oh, you have a nice cup of chai tea, don't you? Lincoln Park. Bum, bum, bum. Slammed my finger in my dress. Oh. Yeah, slamming a finger, stumping a toe. Those. Oh my gosh, those hitting your elbow, your funny bone. You know, my dad always says, "Why do they call it your funny bone? It isn't funny when you hit it." He always says that after you've hit it, and you're like you're in that absolute pain from hitting your elbow. And he's like, "I don't know why they call it a funny bone. It isn't funny." I'm like, "Thanks, Dad. Thanks. That's the support I need right now. Thank you." I always laugh about it later, though, so I guess it works out. We want some. Let me talk to some of my streamer friends and see. I don't know anything about merch, y'all. I have no idea. No promises on that one. We'll see. Maybe. Who knows? One day. Who knows? Climbed up a tree and slid down on my back. What? Oh! Did you have any... Oh my gosh. I bet that hurt. Tore it up. Yeah, I bet. Oh my gosh. I've seen someone make their custom narrate a body pillow before. Really? They made the body proportions different to... They made the body proportions different to fit the pillow? Or they made... I'm scared to ask. They adjusted the body proportions. I guess I don't really need to know why. I was just like, When I hear adjusted body proportions, I'm like... But, cool. So maybe there's not a copyright issue with it then. Who knows? It's something that actually tastes good. See, Flo, I remember that you don't like chai. I was trying to be funny. Elbow pain is bad. We're going to skip this one, I think. We're going to skip KDA as well. Cool. When I was 12, my scout group decided to go to the wave pool in my hometown. I have not heard the story. 7 buddies of mine and myself, all on one of those pool mat things in the deep end. Hits a wave, go under like a rock. I get stuck underneath the mat. Blackout. What? Saw the light at the end. According to my buddy's testimony, I was under the water for 3 to 4 minutes. What? You were fully what? You were fully hypoxic. 3 to 4 minutes. According to your buddy's testimony. We'll put that asterisk in there. That's wild. That is wild. I don't even know what to say. I'm glad you're okay. That's terrifying. Don't go swimming anymore. Stay away from wave pools. I'm like actually stressed right now. What? Oh my gosh. Wave pools are scary. So many people get hurt in them, and they're so scary. Dads in their 4 jokes. Hey, my dad's got 3. No, my dad's funny. But they're definitely dad jokes for sure. Hudson, what do you mean? What do you mean? There's no... It's like a board. Okay. All right, sorry, Bree. I was like, do I ask? Do I not? I don't think it's outside the realm of sensible first thoughts to consider when someone said adjusted proportions to be like, huh. It would be interesting to see a Nanachi stretched like that. That'd be interesting. Oh, Hudson, you got auto modded. Ooh, Hudson. Homemade cottage pie? Cottage pie is so good. Hudson, what happened? Auto modded. Talking about pies. You gotta convince Automod that, I believe you. But Automod was like, I don't know. I am really excited though. Like I said, there's some folks here that weren't here at the beginning of stream, so I'm gonna reiterate. I mentioned to those of you who've been here the whole time. I'm sorry because you'll hear it more than once. But people come and go, and it's important to reiterate important points throughout the night or throughout the stream. I'm really excited because this Friday, at least in my time zone, it's on the schedule on Twitch and Discord, so you can adjust for your time zone. But this Friday, Proteus and I, who Proteus has been in chat telling the story about the wave pool, we are slated to do a randomizer run of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Interestingly, I have never played a randomizer before. This will be baby's first randomizer. I'm very excited. Proteus, on the other hand, a very experienced randomizer player, streams randomizers, does different types of randomizations, not just items, but we'll do like, dungeon entrances and all sorts, right? Like all of it. I'm starting to learn some things from Proteus, but we're just going to do like babies first. It's not going to be too bad, but it's going to be multiplayer. So we'll be able to see each other in game. It's going to be really cool. I'm excited to play it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Proteus and I get along really well. He's got good stream energy. I think it's the potential for a really fun stream, and I'm just excited to do it. It'll be cool. So check that out if you have time. I know it's a Friday night and folks are busy, but it could be a lot of fun. And then on Saturday, we'll be streaming Peak, not with Proteus, but with Stream Team, Gamer, JP, and Hotch. We'll be trying to get to the top of that mountain. We'll see what happens. And then I'll definitely do something on Thursday at the usual time. It's not on the schedule currently. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it'll be something. We may continue Paper Mario. We may do Pikmin. I may do another surprise Thursday talks. We'll see what happens. Who knows? Proteus, thank you for the 30 bits to make that. There's a Proteus emote. If you're curious, there's a... That one's so good, Proteus. But yeah, it promises to be a good week in terms of stream stuff. Some new content that I've never really tried. Never streamed Peak, never streamed a randomizer, never played a randomizer. So I'll be off my game. So not that I'm ever on my game, but it'll be worse. Yeah, Sydney, I'm not a big fan of them either. Whole tray to yourself? Yes, Flo. Enjoy it. You've earned it. After someone stole your food. Two other chill life medical stories. Scar on your forehead from running into a tiled shower with your eyes closed. Born with a deviated septum. Does that mean you snore? Chill, are you a snorer? I don't know why. I don't know why I tutted at you. I'm sorry. A ferocious panther? Juice, give the panther some pets from us. Pet, 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 pet. Tut, 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 tut. Yeah, that's a really good emote. But yeah, Proteus and I will be doing shared stream, or I forget what it's called. It's not multi-stream. Shared stream, I think, right? We'll both be streaming our perspectives. So there may be times where we deviate from one another because there's like things that we'll be able to do because we're in a multiplayer instance. There'll be things that we'll be able to do independent, and then we'll spend time together. So you can have both open and see what folks are doing, and it promises to be an interesting run for certain. As Proteus carries me through a randomizer. Stream together. Yes. Thank you, Proteus. I'm free. I'll watch the streams. Sounds great. We'll see you there. Yeah, I have nothing to top that level of emote. That's too powerful. I've been outclassed. Weirdly, I don't snore. Really? Huh. I do sometimes. I won't lie. Blueberry cheesecake. Why? Why would you say that? That sounds so good. Ooh, this is a good one. And then, of course, tons of D&D. Because I'm still on vacation, so yes, yes, yes. And I've got a couple of other ideas for things I'd like to record and film and do as well. I'm trying to make the most of the time that I've got on vacation. I decided not to do a lot of traveling this vacation. Slated to go see the folks next week at some point. Catch up with them again. But, yeah, I haven't done a lot of travel this vacation, which has been nice. It's been nice to sit, relax, take it easy. I put in a lot of time on Fantasy Life. I know I did one stream. I'm at like almost, I think I'm at 60 hours on that game now. I've been enjoying that. Did some Helldivers earlier today. View would be proud for Super Earth. Cheesecake is a huge weakness. If you meet me in person and show up with a piece of cheesecake, I'm gonna sit there at least long enough to eat that cheesecake. Like, you could very easily set up like you could set a box up with a stick, you know what I mean, and have a little pull string, and put a piece of cheesecake in there, and I'd be like, well, I see it, but there's cheesecake. Like, what do you want for, you know? I'm just gonna be in a box while I eat cheesecake. That's what would happen. I'd be in a box while I ate cheesecake. The metal remix of the song? There's a metal remix? Yeah, I'll pass along all the hellos, Sydney. They always appreciate it, and they always return the hellos as well. Mm-hmm. Forza Horizon 5. I'm trying. I don't remember. I played a couple of Forzas. I don't remember the last one I played, though. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. Do you like 5? Or Horizon 5 specifically? You prefer the DAS? No. No. It's very dry. Hudson, it's very dry. I'll have to check it out, Proteus. Song recommendation? So I'm always open to them. I have to check them out after stream though. This is just like a pre-built playlist, and I can't easily like type in, and there's no like song request function or anything. So, but I will definitely check it out post stream. Yes. The command is it? Oh, I've forgotten. Maybe put a space between roll and D20, Val. Also, how you doing? It's good to see you. Maybe a space between the word roll and then D20. They're on 19. Dang. Well done. It's your lucky day. Horizon 3. Fun to drive around. A song request redeem. So, the thing about music, up until recently, I only played like a generic lo-fi playlist that was, copyright free. Only recently have I started risking the strikes. So this could all change very quickly. If I start getting all sorts of trouble with it, I'm doing the thing where multi-audio track where you can stream and not record it to your VOD. But you can still get a strike even while you're live. Like, that is very much a possibility. So, I don't know. I don't want to invest too much in the music because it's very possible that it's very short term. Cookies and cream cheesecake? Interesting. I don't know if I've tried cookies and cream cheesecake. I bet it's good. I would worry that the cream would take away, like the cookies and cream would take away from the cheesecake. I really like I always salivate and make a big deal about the blueberry cheesecake and strawberry as well, raspberry. But I also love just a plain piece of cheesecake, like the texture of cheesecake, the flavor. I really like cheesecake as it is, and when too many things get mixed in, to me it almost takes away from cheesecake itself. So I'm very picky about what I'll add. A 4? Proteus, that's not a good start to our stream. Not a good start. That's an indication of my performance. We just rolled that 4. That's not good. Not good. Not good. Oreo cheesecake. I bet that's good too. Only hay. Why do I only get hay? What? Why? Val, why do I only get hay? Yeah, some stores have cheesecakes. Those are good, but it's hard to beat like a good homemade. Oh, so good, so good, so good. A 2? Hudson, no. I hate cheesecake. That sounds terrible. I mean, I'll try it. That sounds terrible. But you know what? I appreciate that you're willing to make one for me. That means more than anything. So thank you. Man, the dice is just spiraling. It can't get any worse, right? It can't get any worse. That natural 1. I'm not going to arbitrarily assign checks to these rolls, y'all. Normally I would, but nah. Some folks have had a bad day. I don't want to potentially make the day worse. Hey, 16. Yeah. A -1. I think you can do a modifier. Like, I don't know how to structure the command, but I think you can do like exclamation roll 1d20 like -2 or whatever. Like, I think you can add modifiers. I think it will function within that realm as well. I'll also say that there is a cooldown on the bot. So if you issue a command to roll and someone has just issued one, I don't remember what the time is set to, but just know that you may have to try again. It's not instant. The 7th card from the deck of many things. No, we don't play with the deck of many things. That just invites a level of chaos that no DM is actually prepared for. The most cute? No. Okay, absolutely not. There are some amazingly cute streamers that still use rabbits on Twitch. So no. Mm-mm. I'm not gonna name names because I don't want y'all to think I'm like salivating for anyone. But there are some cute ones out there for sure. So Val, thank you so much for the ooh, I really appreciate it. You're playing with that deck? There are campaign ending cards in that deck. Literally. Unless the DM just preemptively pulls them. Some DMs will do that. The cutest? Nope. Again, okay, look, everyone, I will concede. The avatar, amazing. Absolutely, 100%. Yes, if that's what you're referring to, I'm on board. To a pinky. Stamping my feet out of frustration. That's what I'm doing, Val. My stamp. Das is not a tsundere. No. What's the deck of many things? City, it is a deck of, I think it is 100 cards, I think. Yes? Maybe? I don't remember the exact number of cards. I think it's 100. But anyway, it's a deck of cards in Dungeons and Dragons. And I think there's similar decks in other TTRPG systems. But it's literally a deck of cards that the players get like in-game, and it has random effects. And so what happens is that if a player decides to pull a card, whatever effect is on that card that they pull happens. And they roll a die to determine which card they pull out of the deck. And some of the cards are really amazing. Like, you can use like the wish spell, which will let you basically do pretty much anything you want in a magical set, right? Like you can cast wish, which is a very powerful, or some of them are like you die, or you're reincarnated. There's a lot of stuff in the middle that's far more tame. I think there's one where it's like you gain like 200,000 experience points and grow those levels, or there's all sorts of stuff. But a lot of them are quite negative, and unprepared dungeon masters will throw that deck in thinking it's like funny because they're excited about the chaos, but then the players will pull a card that they're not prepared to deal with, and it can be a campaign killer. So that's what it is. I'm probably a little harsh on my assessment of it. I'm not a big fan of that much randomness. Like as a dungeon master, I do appreciate boundaries around my campaign, and I don't want total chaos. So that's kind of my bias coming in. I'm sure there's a lot of dungeon masters that make it work well, like Flo was saying. But for me, my personal bias, not a big fan of the deck of many things. I'm stopping. Val, I'm stopping. Your avatar's cute, admit it. Yeah, the avatar, yes. The avatar, yes. The avatar is you? To an extent, yes. I will concede that I chose elements like the glasses, the colors. Yes. There are strong elements of my personality that show through on it, yes. You provide the voice and movement that creates immersion with the character. I mean, yes, I am physically in the headset, and I'm voicing it. All that's true. It is a good song. I know it's like, people are like, oh, Coldplay. I love Coldplay. I do. I love Coldplay. So, I am unapologetically a Coldplay fan. The cute voice pairs well with the... What do you mean I would love Coldplay? What does that mean? It's so good. Thank you. My voice gets complimented a lot. That is one of the things I have not yet figured out. I don't think many people like hearing themselves talk. I am part of that crowd, but I'm glad folks enjoy it. A lot of people fall asleep here because my content is so thrilling. I'm kidding. People fall asleep because it's late at night and they get comfortable, and that's a compliment. I just like to make that joke. Once pulled the wish card at level 3. I wish the DM to become my patron. What? Whoa, you had it. Did they run with that? I would like for my patron to be the dungeon master. That's wild. How was that flavored? I'm actually really curious. An immortal snail that insta-kills the player when they get touched. So you can run. Val, you can run from it because it's a snail, right? But one day, that snail will catch up because it'll never die. It doesn't have to sleep. It's immortal. So as you're long resting after a day of running from the snail, it is still just inching forward. It's going to get there one day. IRLDS is small. IRLDS is not blue. Dabble dee dabble do. Soft. Oh my god. I don't know what's happening. I haven't. Well, even when I was in the age range to be categorized like soft boy, I have never been called that. Nothing about me screams that IRL. Trust me. It's like I'm like a really coarse sandpaper IRL. You know what I'm saying? It's I'm just sandpaper. No, Coldplay's so good. What do you mean? I like Coldplay. It's fine. It's fine. I also, okay. In relation to Coldplay, I also mostly like their earlier albums. Their later stuff, I have kind of fallen off. I don't follow them much anymore. But like Parachutes, Rush of Blood to the Head. Well, I'm not naming the albums. I'm naming songs from the albums, I think. But like the early ones, those. Yes. Second DM opinion here. Yes. I'm always open to other opinions. Deck of many things needs to be thoroughly checked before adding it into any game. Most cards will ruin your campaign with the... Yep. Even you get a bunch of experience card, removes your character from the party. Yes. Exactly. So, Dez is 100% right. The player pulls the card. You level up 6 times, and the player's like, yes, I'm so powerful. But now what you have, like Dez is pointing out, you have a problem as a dungeon master. And all the players at the table have a problem as well. They just don't know it yet. One person is an incredibly high level. They get to face the Uwu monster, courtesy of Nirvana. And one player is an incredibly high level. The rest are left in the dust. So there's now no encounter that you can generate where the party stays together and they have fun. Because the high level character can insta-kill anything that is level appropriate for the rest of the party, and anything that's level appropriate for the high level character will kill the remaining players. Your only option is to force the one character to be by themselves in combat, but that's not good either. So it's like, yeah, you really do have to be cautious. I think the one exception, if you walk into a campaign, if you make the campaign centered around the deck of many things, if you tell your players up front, like, I'm going to run a campaign where the deck of many things is a core element, there will be tons of randomization. These are the possibilities. Is everyone on board with it? I think that can be fun. But yeah, like if you're running Curse of Strahd and you drop the deck of many things, no, negative. Oh, Amy, welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid again. Hello, welcome raiders. Welcome, Amy. I hope that you had a wonderful stream. I saw Call of Duty when I was lurking. I don't know if it was Call of Duty all night, but I hope it went really well. I hope you had a good time. I hope you survived. Also, Lilith, thank you so much for the follow. I hope you're doing well. How was the raid? How was the stream? The raid's going great, but how was the stream? As much as you adore Death Cab, kind of the same vibe. Yeah. Try the Alaska climate. You'll be blue in no time. Probably right. I do like cold weather, but I don't know. Alaska feels quite cold, so... Yeah, Deck of Many Things is just gambling. For the raid party that just came in, we were kind of focused, we were really honed in on talking about the Deck of Many Things and whether it's like a productive or destructive item at a D&D table or a variation at a TTRPG table, if that's your scene. So we don't have to stay on that topic. Usually on my talking streams, I'm all over the place. So, but that's kind of where we were to get you up to speed. And then for those of you from Amy's chat, I know a lot of you, Amy streams a long time. You all know my spiel, right? Raids, self-care is important. If you need to go to the restroom, get some water, food. If it's bedtime, no worries, no hard feelings. Take care of yourselves and have a wonderful, wonderful night. But if you want to hang out for a while, we got this nice lighting. You're welcome to stay, so. Welcome in. No Quality, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Ooh, Val, yes, absolutely. Cheers to everyone. Cheers to the raid. Cheers to Amy. If you're having Earl Grey, water, whatever it may be, cheers to all of you. I, too, am a huge D&D fan. Yes, Quality, absolutely. Absolutely. Hello, Hayes, how are you? It's good to see you again. How's life? Doing your first D&D campaign. Oh, are you a player or are you the dungeon master in this case, if you don't mind me asking? Sorry, we're very locked in on TTRPGs right now, but I'm a huge TTRPG fan. Honestly, it's what I spend most of my free time is involved in, like, DM. I currently DM 4 tables, and I'm a player at 1, and I just I love it. I've got all sorts of systems. I'm waiting to run like Call of Cthulhu, and I just picked up Daggerheart. I guess I'm the kind of nerd you'd expect to find in a Nanachi streaming VR chat at 3 a.m. So about the Greek gods. Oh, is that okay? Okay, and it's your first time playing. That's got to be exciting. What sort of a class are you going with, if you don't mind me asking? Either you kill them or befriend them. It's one or the other. I guess it's based on like the party's choices and things throughout the narrative. DMing for 11 years yourself? My goodness, a very experience. I salute the experience quality. I've only been DMing. How long has it been? I think I just hit my 6th year, so I'm just a mere but a mere apprentice under your wisdom. That's incredible. Yeah, I'm over here like, oh yeah, I'm a DM. We have experienced DMs here now. But yeah, that's incredible. It shows real passion for it, you know. TTRPGs are fun as well. You get a good group together, and it's hard to beat that shared storytelling experience. It is really something magical. Hard to reproduce. Hey, Paul Lover, it's good to see you again. You take care of yourself. Get a good rest, or enjoy the rest of your day, or whatever's next for you. I hope it goes really well. Good to see you again, as always. Tried DMing a campaign multiple times, but it always falls through each time. Feel like I failed somehow. Wait, okay. Is it Amaya? Am I getting the name right? I hope I am. I'm sorry if not, Amaya. Why are you making it like self-reflective? Was it scheduling issues, or what were the issues there? Because sometimes it's factors outside of a DM's control, you know? Yeah, Octo. Seeing like how music is composed and all that, especially for some of the video game soundtracks when they didn't have much to work with in terms of hardware, pretty fun stuff. Absolutely. An Abyss Knight. What? What is an Abyss Knight? What is that? Lilith, what is that? Gave a tip with the deck. Fundamentals of the deck. Every action has a reaction going opposite. Just like the Monkey's Paw. You get the experience, the amount of levels you got was final. You would not get any more levels for the rest of the game. Interesting. If you got Ifrit, you'd also become a holy user. Kind of balanced. Yeah, I couldn't imagine trying to be a patron. That is a fascinating ask for the wish spell. Like a dungeon master as a patron. That is, yeah. Props to your DM. Sounds like they know what they're doing. Yeah, absolutely. It's all about the love for the game and that shared storytelling experience. It's something you can't encapsulate in a video game. Baldur's Gate 3 is amazing. In sentence. Period. That is a fact. It can't reproduce D&D. It comes close. No video game can reproduce D&D. There's just too much of that like interactiveness, and every game is going to have boundaries, and TTRPGs, like, your imagination is kind of your boundary. It's really cool. It's really cool. I don't know why I'm like trying to persuade people who know. Like, you all know exactly what I'm talking about. They died and then made a deal to come back. Oh, so like almost like a reborn. That's cool. That's really cool. Are you enjoying it? Pure Peak? Mm-hmm. Octo, absolutely. Yep. Amaya. Okay, Amaya. I'm so sorry. Amaya. I may have mispronounced the first time. In my mind, I'm going to Carolina. Every time we did it, we couldn't even get past session 0, trying to introduce the characters to the world. When I wanted to introduce each person and have them meet at an already agreed upon spot by the players, someone got called a bad DM by someone because I took time to introduce each character. What? I think, Amaya, only off of the information you're providing, I think that you had. I mean, I don't want to talk poorly about people that I don't know, but I consider that rude player behavior. To be honest, if you're having like a session 0 where you're kind of establishing rules, introducing characters, doing all that, and then they're like, "Why are you introducing characters?" It's like, because it's session 0. That's what you do. So I don't know. That seems, I don't know. I'm sorry that was your experience. It definitely, the most important part of any TTRPG experience is having a good table together. I tell people that all the time. A lot of folks will say, "Hey, I'm interested in starting TTRPGs. What do you recommend?" I always say find a good table. Because the other players at the table make or break the experience. You know? And it sounds like maybe you had some folks that, I don't know. I don't know the whole story, but maybe they didn't know how to be the best players. I'm going to tell you, but not send it yet as a plan to use it, but I'll send it your way after y'all reach it. But I found this alternate Amber Temple map that's really neat. Ooh. Yeah, chill. Post when it's appropriate. If you're interested in throwing it my way, I'm always interested in additional resources. Or if it's a resource you paid for, let me know, and I'll go support the creator as well. Note it down right now. You gotta go meet Klutzy the Clown. I have not checked it out yet. It's that important, is it, Flo? I don't know where my notepad is, Flo. Flo, this place is watery. All my papers have drowned. I need to check it out though. My like month off vacation to-do list is always so big, and I never get through it all. I'm bad about that. I always have a bigger to-do list than I have time, which I guess is a good thing, right? Each of the players are related to one of the gods that we befriend, and one of them, then we get one new ability if we kill them. We get another for the other 2 players. Are very easy to figure out. Still figuring yours. Oh, so you don't know who you're connected to. That's part of the story progression. That's really, really cool. I like that. I like the idea of like discovering things, like discovering elements of your character as you move forward. It's fun to sort of tie that narrative in to the overall player experience. It sounds like you've got a good table. I hope it continues to go well and you enjoy it. I think those players were a bunch of turds. I was over here trying to be so like diplomatic in my delivery. I was like, well, you know, like bad player behavior, you know, I don't they're turds. I don't know the whole story. Maybe they're great folks and just they're not good at being like at giving feedback. Who knows? You know, or maybe they're having a bad day. I'm not making excuses for anybody, but you know, I think there's always context to a story. We never, you know, I live my life trying to give the benefit of the doubt as often as possible. I get burned for it a lot. I won't lie, but I still try. So, but I love that they were turds. Most recent game lasted 3 years. Now taking a break to get to the next chapter. Furry Cyberpunk campaign. Nice. Been my pride and joy. Excellent. 3 years is a long time. How long's the break? 3 years is impressive. Most campaigns do not make it that long. Well done. I'm coming to your wedding. Who are you getting married to? Free map? Thanks, Chill. I appreciate it. It's even a world I created from the ground up. Oh, entirely homebrewed setting, Amaya? The whole concept of the world consists of flying continents, that even as they pass over the lower continents, the sunlight still passed through the lands. Very nice. I like it. Main issue was people were starting to fear the flying continents crashing down. And that was part of the quest. I like it. You've tied it to the world. You've made it unique. I'm not familiar with other settings that have that as like a fear. That's pretty cool. I like the basis that I've heard. Don't give up on running it. Maybe find, you know, in the future, if you're feeling up to trying again one day, don't give up on it. It doesn't mean it was a bad idea if, you know, one table wasn't receptive to it or if they were just rude, right? That doesn't mean that you had a bad idea. So. You'll get a good laugh. I'll have to look into it, Flo. Is it Azada? Azada? I hope I'm getting your name right. I'm sorry, I'm not very good with names. I'll be very transparent about that. Used to action games first. That's what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking. Your clue is it's a god you'll hate? Oh. Oh no. No. It's like you find out who's your god and you're like, oh man. Yep. A failed campaign is not personal at all. And it's hard not to take it that way, right? It's easy to get up here and be like, it's not personal. But it's very hard not to take those things to heart and be like, well, D&D isn't for me, TTRPGs aren't for me. And maybe, maybe that was your experience and you're done with it. That's okay. No one can harm you, like blame you or be upset with you for that reaction to, if that's your first experience. It's like, well, I don't want to do that anymore, right? It's like, if I put my hand on a stovetop and get burned, I'm like, well, that was my first experience. Let me try it again, right? No, that hurt. I don't want to do that again. So, but if you ever do try again, I think you've got a good foundation. And I wouldn't let the opinion of a handful of players dictate to like your storytelling, your ideas, your creativity. So I'm not the streamer, I can be honest. Wow. I was being honest too. Just what? I've had a player trying to make their character have an issue where every fight they had a chance of soiling them. We're not trying to have incontinence as a player flaw. I mean, I don't know if I've heard that as a character flaw before. That's a first for me. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like they were maybe after a different. It sounds like you were after something like deep and story driven and like world building, and maybe they were after something more comical or actiony. Maybe, and that's what happens. Different players have different flavors, and DMs fit this as well. And it's important to find your flavor of table. It's kind of like it's like Discord servers and it's like VR chat social groups and everything else. It's like life clubs, right? You find the clubs that you kind of vibe with and you spend time with those folks because you have similar interests. The same is true for TTRPG tables. Billy Joel's so good, Octo. Absolutely. I'm sorry, I'm so behind on comments. I'm getting there though. 2 months? That's a good amount of break time for sure. And that gives the DM time to get things together. And yeah, it gives everyone a breather. So I know, Flo, I know I'm bad at this. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. I'm just a part. I feel like I say this every time Amy raids. Amy is a professional, amazing streamer. I'm a hobbyist. It shows. I know I'm bad at this. I do my best. Love to send you a proper explanation. Oh yeah, if you want. I mean, I don't know. You can DM it in like Twitch whispers or whatever, or trying to think. If you're in, I don't know if Amy has a channel in her Discord server. I'm in Amy's Discord server. There's a way there. If she has a channel where we can share stuff or whatever. You can't easily DM me on Discord because I've got everything all locked down right now. So I'd have to, if you were trying to go that route, we'd have to figure out how to add each other after stream and everything. But yeah, open to options. I don't know what we've got, but lucky with your group, closest friends. Yes, that makes a huge difference. Quality. Case of players poorly. I won't read the rest of that, but Azada's onto something. It's Azada. Okay, Azada. Yeah, I think Azada perhaps is onto something. I won't read it out loud, but I was thinking the same thing in my head. Can someone please name a metal that isn't? Oh, I'll let chat. Asgardian Steel, yes. Fenrir, how's it going? How are you out of? What do you mean you're out of points? What happened? Still deemed a noob at DMing? Look, there is nothing wrong with being new to DMing. That sometimes you get your most creative storytelling when you're new to DMing. So that is not a negative, trust me. Also, Quality, thank you so much for the sub. I really thank you. I appreciate that. That is it's very generous of you, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, but sorry, I lost my. I was like, oh my god, I lost my train of thought for a minute. Being new to DMing is not a negative. You have a fresh perspective. Sometimes seasoned DMs are bad about getting into like habits and getting into, I think, predictable workflows and stuff. Sometimes being new can be so refreshing. So, like, I think seasoned DMs have to work against that, whereas you've got that benefit of a fresh perspective. So that is a positive. Trust me, it is a positive. A cute rabbit. No, 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 nope, 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 nope. I mean, if you want to try and send it via Twitch Whisper, that would probably be the easiest, right? But otherwise, I'm happy to connect on through Amy's Discord if you're there. I don't want to take over one of her channels for a message though. I don't know like if she's got spaces for that. I don't know. So also Amaya, thank you as well for the sub. Y'all are being very kind, and I really appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying the TTRPG talk and everything, and I genuinely appreciate the support and everything, and the conversation as well. And you know, it means the world. So thank you both. I really appreciate it. If you don't attend my wedding, we can't be friends. Who are you getting married to? That was my question. Who? Being new to DMing is perfectly fine. Yep. Blank canvas. Exactly. Quality said it so much better than I could have. Blank canvas. I'm out of channel points since I've been spinning them to pest. No. It's not pestering. It's good fun, right? It's good fun. There are two groups of people though for sure. There's the folks who have like perpetually 0 channel points because they're saving up for an uwu and then they cash it and then they save up and cash it. And there's the folks who just like bank channel points. Twitch Whisper, you can, well, the easiest way would be for me to pop a message in chat for you. Let's see. I'll type hi. And then I think you can click on my name in chat and there should be an option to like message or whisper, right? Am I remembering this? Chat messages, perhaps. There should be some option to like do it. I don't know. But if not, we'll connect another way. If that doesn't work. Hi. Hello. Thanks, Daz, for the hello. I feel like I've seen you at Amy's community nights. I have not managed to make an Amy community night yet. I've wanted to. I kind of work a weird schedule, and so I haven't been able to make it. But Amy has raided a couple times before, actually several times before, so you may have been part of a raid here before. And I've also hung out with Amy. We hung out one night in VR chat, and a bunch of Amy's friends and things moved through, and so we may have crossed paths that night. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but it's very possible that we have crossed paths. I spend a lot of time in VR and public lobbies, so I do a lot of public pugs, and I do a lot of public furry hideouts. Lately I've been hanging out in a lot of furry group a lot of public group roleplay worlds. So like Star Wars roleplay or like Jet Fighter or whatever. I've been on the roleplay scene a lot for the past couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm all over the place. You probably see me around. 39,000 channel points. Goodness. Yo, how's it going? Yes. Des, so good, so good. A candy apple red wolf. That sounds amazing. That sounds like an amazing avatar. Did you have it like textured yourself and everything? Or was it your own original idea? Or were you inspired by, I don't know, candy red. That's such a specific description. Loved the D&D TTRPG talks. Work in the morning, so I gotta go. But I hope the night is so freaking possum. Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that before. I like that. For all of you, Quality, thank you so much for the amazing conversation. Thank you again for the subscription. I really appreciate it. And yeah, this has been a blast. I don't know if you can hear it, my energy. I get like re-energized by TTRPG talks. But hey, you rest well. You take care of yourself, and I hope that tomorrow is, as you put it, possum for you as well. Yeah. You take care. It was a pleasure. Caramel brown underbelly. Ooh, I bet those colors play well together. I always love seeing the creative things that people come up with their avatars and things, and like how they play with color and like the designs and stuff. Folks are so creative, and there's just these awesome combinations that you would never expect to see. And sometimes you look and you kind of tilt your head and you're like, wow, that I never would have put that together, but it works so well. But yeah, I bet it looks amazing. Who knows? Maybe I'll see it one day. Who knows? I gotta try and make an Amy community night. It would be nice. I do lurk in Amy's chat a lot before I go live, because I tend to go live. I go live usually 2 hours after Amy goes live. So I'm normally like the first hour and a half of her stream kind of lurking quietly. Shh, very quietly. But yeah, I'm chronically in VR. I should probably... No, that's not true. I'm chronically in TTRPGs. VR is like a secondary thing these days, but I still spend a lot of time there. I enjoy it. Wow. I've just got this big smile on my face because of all this TTRPG talk. Sorry. Ooh. Feywings. Ooh. A Feywolf that owns a coffee shop. A maid for her boyfriend master who runs a mafia. Whoa. You have like a whole, I don't know if backstory is the right word or just like arc. I don't know exactly what the right terminology is, but there you go. Did you, oh, let me see. Did the Twitch whisper thing work? Let's see if I can find. Yes, I see it. Let's see. Okay, so this is a... Is it okay if I read it, or do you not want me... Is it alright if I kind of like... I might paraphrase parts of it. Is that okay, or is it like not for everyone? You let me know. I don't want to just assume I can read it. To my cheeks... Sometimes if I smile too much, yeah. You know what I'm talking about. We've all done it before where you smile so much and you're like, oh, my face hurts. You know. Cool. Let me take a let's see. Spawn. Can I move this in a way that's a little more camera facing? There we go. Spawned in the layers of the abyss. Ooh, you might be a demon or a lost soul. Do you have any memories of the time in the abyss? What have you experienced? Okay, so you're trying to figure out, have you received torture? If yes, was there a reason? So that time there has affected you? Absolutely. Did you fight against devils or demons? What's the reason that you're not part of the world anymore? Interesting. So why? Yes. Maybe you found a way out by yourself. Someone sent you on a mission. Maybe you were summoned. The patron of the abyss. Each knight's bound themselves to one of the most powerful entities on the cosmos, the demon lord. Very nice. Okay. General soldier relationship without the rigid structure because of chaotic nature. Yep, that tracks. The knight could further one of the demon's goals. Oh my gosh. Look, this is cool. This is the first I've heard of this. Is it homebrewed? The little dance? I do a lot of little dances. I get excited and start dancing, you know? Sorry, it happens a lot. Oh, chill. I'm excited too. Yep. Shenanigans, people being able to use their skills right off the bat. Set up for lure. Yes, lure. IRL BFS Tankfeed, who Amy teases by calling him a good boy all the time. The leader of the Pitbull Mafia. Saved me multiple times from my own mind. Very nice. Very great. I love the interconnected story, and I love that there's that genuine, like, it's not just a story, but there's like that genuine connection as well, you know, and being able to kind of intermingle that. That's really wholesome. I love that for y'all. A website full of them if you'd like. Oh yeah, I mean if you're down to share the resource, if it's available for folks to look at, I'm always open to more D&D resources. Absolutely. Nirvana, who are you marrying? Who? The little dancers, yes. I don't remember which one I did. I did like, was it this one? Was I doing the hand wave or was I just doing like the shimmy? What? Maybe I should go to a green screen world one day and like film myself doing that and just offer that. But then I'm worried people would put bad backgrounds behind it. You gotta watch out. Das is a good boy when he isn't being a brat. What do you mean? What? What? What do you mean? Hudson. Think up names but not character names? What? What kind of names? Lilith, thank you for the resource. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You purchased? No. No. Are they consenting to this marriage? I feel like I'm worried. Just a little shimmy, you know. This world, it occurred to me only after, like, well into stream that while the lighting up here is nice, the water against my like fur color, I guess, a lot of me is kind of just disappearing into this abyss of water. So I should have, I guess I could have play spaced up earlier, but it's fine. Well, I'm so happy that you all are as into TTRPG talk as you are. It really genuinely excites me. I've mentioned it several times. I have spent a lot of time thinking about how to even do like a TTRPG focused stream at some point. I don't know if it would be like from the DM perspective where I just kind of do like some like prepping a session or like prep a one shot. It would be fun to do a stream of that. Like, here's how I prep a one shot. Or if I actually try and do like an actual play one shot. I don't know. I've always had an interest in that. I know a ton of people do it. It's a saturated market. It would be more for fun than anything, like everything that I do. The north side of the trees. Legend has it. All the worms come up to breathe. I love this song. Check the bottom link. Let's see if my computer can open a page while I am. Oh wait, I should walk over to the computer to open that so I don't break. Let's see. Whoa. All right, let's see. Backgrounds. Oh my gosh. This list goes on forever. April Fool. They have April Fool's backgrounds. It goes on forever, truly. What? There's so much. There's so much there. Also, Azada, thank you as well for the follow. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying yourself, and I'm certainly enjoying the conversation, so. Uh-oh. The LE's going to throw me. Is it like Le Peachy Crimes? I hope I get that right. I'm sorry if I don't. But thank you for the follow, too. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well and having an amazing time zone, wherever you are. May I suggest Doug's D&D videos? I didn't know Doug did D&D videos. Yeah, you may absolutely suggest that. There's a ton of backgrounds. I look forward to looking through these offline. That would be a lot of fun. You've given me a resource to just peruse. Maybe as I'm having food post stream, I'll just peruse these backgrounds. Thanks for sharing them. I'm all about D&D resources and things, and there's so many creatives out there, right? you look at all the homebrew content that's been generated and the publications, and I mean all the great storytelling, and there's so many creatives. It's a place that encourages and nourishes creative thinking, creative storytelling. Yeah, it's phenomenal. Sorry, I'm just gushing over TTRPGs, but I enjoy them. Ba-boom, boom, 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 ba-boom. You had one back burner in your mind? Like a character or a full campaign? What's the concept? What are you thinking? Or if you don't want to share it, that's fine. Sometimes ideas are best kept secret in the head. I get that. Simplified, but still retains the fun and yeah, please send them, Jill. I'd love to see them. One of the problems that I have now, I don't know if other folks have experienced this, especially dungeon masters. I have a lot of ideas for things I'd like to do. Like I've got so many systems that I want to try. I have a lot of players and friends who when they find out that I DM, they say, "Oh, I'd love to play at your table," right? And so I've got this little Discord server with like folks that are interested in playing. I'm like, sure, join, and I'll get you at a table when I can. And that list keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. And I've got so many people that are like patiently waiting. And so if there's a way to kind of do like a condensed version for simpler one shots, that might also be interesting because right now I've got a lot of folks that want to play and not unlimited time to offer. I feel bad about that because I enjoy it and I know that they would enjoy it, but it's all good. A Fallout world D&D, that would be fun. I'm not sure, Lilith, there may already be, I can't remember, there may be a Fallout TTRPG system in place as well. Instead of using D&D, like you might be able to use like another, I think there is a Fallout focused TTRPG. We're going to skip Steven Universe. We're going to skip one-shot music for sure. Yep. We're going to skip those. I don't need to cry on stream. That'd be awkward. No one would enjoy that. No one. Iconic, how's it going? Good morning. Iconic, thank you for the 13 months. You have just, Iconic, over a year. Over a year of support. Iconic, thank you so much. Good morning. I hope you rested well. And hello. How are you? Is that the name of it? Am I a gateway? I thought there was a system. I wasn't sure. The main thing that got me into D&D was watching TFS at the table and the unexpected... Had a character called Lieutenant Gore. Yep. Ancient Brass Dragon that spoke like the red guy from Cow. Yes, like the red guy from Cow. Hello. I hadn't thought about it that way, but yes. I hadn't thought about cow and chicken in a long time either. My gosh, you're tapping some hidden memories with that one. Sent 4 of them? Thank you. I appreciate it, Chill. It's just a campaign. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was a full system or if it was so it's a campaign. I see. Still, you can probably, there's nothing wrong with just using like a system, like D&D, but sometimes people have systems in place that better accommodate specific elements of the universe that you're trying to mimic, So, yeah. Oh no, that's not the right song at all. I accidentally minimized the lid and then it stopped working. Now it's updated. Oh, I don't know how long it was broken. I'm sorry. Youngblood said a bad word. You're doing VRC, D&D? I have always been curious what that was like. I know a couple of folks that do it in VR chat. I've never tried it myself. What are your thoughts on it? Do you enjoy it in VR? I feel like it has so much potential. But then I get very distracted by my headset. Because I'm always like, oh, it's uncomfortable. Like when I'm streaming, y'all see it all the time. I'm constantly like adjusting it, right? I don't know how there's so many streamers that just wear it and perfectly, and they never have to. I'm over here like, and yeah, I feel like it would pull me out. Maybe it wouldn't though. It gives it more life. I could see it. You could even have like an assistant dungeon master who could like transform into life-size versions of this, like, and now you're facing this dragon, and they can just be there, and like, I mean, the possibilities are unlimited with VR, like virtual reality, D&D, or TTRPGs. I need to see if I can find like a YouTube video about maybe someone's recorded a table or something. That would be interesting to watch. One VR D&D. Okay. So it seems like there's some experience with it. I thought it was more niche, but it seems like folks have had a lot of experience with it. For one session, it was a Star Wars themed campaign. Only did the one session because I never got to speak or do anything. What? Wait, how long were you? How long were you there? You didn't get to. You were a player and didn't get to do anything. I know you said one session, but how long was? How long was the session? Sleep was rough. Ah, I am so sorry. I know it's been so hot everywhere. A lot of folks have been struggling to sleep because it's like, just laying in bed sweating. So I hope that wasn't what it was, but I'm sorry sleep was rough. Yeah, you can hold your weapons and like your avatar could be your character, right? Like especially if you know a lot about like Blender and Unity and things, you could update it. It's like, oh, I have a, wand of magic missiles now, and you add it to your radial menu so you can pop it out. Like, yeah, it feels like the potential is unlimited there. You were there for 4 hours and never got. Yeah, that would really put me off to it as well. 4 hours and you didn't get to do anything. I wonder if like the dungeon master just like forgot you were there, or if they were being rude. That's so strange. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. Again, I always try my best to assume best intentions. I get burned for it a lot, right? Maybe they just. So they were avoiding talking to you. They were just not including you. Yeah, okay. So we'll dispel with the best intentions, and they were just being rude, it sounds like. That's unfortunate. It sounds like you made the right choice by not going back. If that's how they're going to be, yep. Don't need people like that in our lives. Not at all. The heat's been a pain. Yeah. It's been a pain everywhere. It's so hot. That's okay. We'll play our TTRPGs in frozen wasteland settings. Then we can imagine that we're not hot anymore. It'll be fun. Lilith, thank you so much for sharing about the Abyss Knight. That was so cool to learn about, for sharing the resource with all those backgrounds. I'm going to be spending some time perusing that post stream for sure. Yeah, and I hope that you rest well. Thanks for hanging out. You take care. Have a good sleep. The 2 Jedi died in the first 5 minutes, and I swiped their lightsabers. Well, since they won't need these anymore. Hey, good. I don't know if that was a sleight of hand check or what happened there, but hey, well done, well done. Yeah, I'm also interested in like some of the sci-fi settings as well. I played my system experience. I started with 5th edition, D&D, right? I've played 3.5. I've played Pathfinder 2e. I've played Exalted, which is kind of an obscure system, not as many folks have heard of. I played Call of Cthulhu. There's another system I played that I'm forgetting. Shoot. There's one more that's escaping me. It'll hit me later. And Monster of the Week I've dabbled with. So I have some experience. But predominantly Dungeons and Dragons is my main area. I like Pathfinder for combat. I like D&D better for roleplay. Pathfinder's kind of crunchy sometimes, and I find it can slow the pace of good roleplay. And I like my roleplay to be a little more fluid, and I'm a little loose sometimes with some of my rulings. Some people like that, some don't. I like to keep the flow of the story going. That's like my number one priority, I think. So, but yeah. Which is why I'm so curious about Daggerheart. I've heard that's very much how it's focused. I've got the book. I haven't had time to open it. Kill the Jedi in the name of the Sith, and you've got their lightsabers. You're doing like the Grievous trophy technique now. I see. Keep you where? What kind of snacks do you like? How do you feel about gummy bears? Do you have strong opinions on? Sorry, I don't. Yeah, nice, cool. Plenty of gummy bears. All the gummy bears you can want. All right. Love to do things that are out of the norm. Yes, that's what's so fun about TTRPGs, right? You can role play a character that's outside the norm. I was talking about this earlier. We were discussing like people who play like goblins or bugbears or kobolds as player characters, and I was explaining like how much fun it is to play like a species in D&D that is outside the classically thought of like normal to play species. And it's fun to kind of flip some of those narratives upside down, subvert expectations, play with those ideas, and TTRPGs with the right group are such a safe space to explore those things and to have like to set up moral dilemmas and like shine like a bright light on social issues and things and do it in a way that's like comfortable and role play but can still teach good lessons. It's really nice. It's hard to beat. Des, you have a great night. Take care of yourself. Good luck keeping cool. I hope you're able to cool off and everything. And yeah. Take care. Cheese balls, dipping sauce. Well, I've got some queso dip left over. Yeah. Slightly holding the islands everyone's characters from as more important for the time being. As then we can see the environments and people. Yeah. Why PCs act the way they do. Yeah, chill, absolutely. Good storytelling, anchoring people to the world and then offering explanation, tying like some character traits to location. Absolutely. And it's fun to get to do all that. Like I always joke about not being able to play as often anymore, but I genuinely enjoy the DMing side of it. I have found that I wouldn't say I prefer one or the other, but DMing, it gives you such a chance to meet characters where they are, meet players where they are, and like offer these narrative hooks for them to bite and explore, and it's like a give and take. I wish I was better with words to explain it a little better, but it's a lot of fun. NPC winged tiefling monk. personal incense burning to keep control of his own mind. Otherwise, he goes on a wild murder spree. Oh my gosh. So if he ever runs out of incense, you got to keep a lot of incense on hand, right? Ironically, his dream is to get into a fight while butt naked in a bathhouse. Oh my gosh. Who knows? Maybe one day. Maybe one day that dream will come true. It'll be no doubt. It'll be a cinematic scene, right? That's cool though. Like I have to keep a certain amount of this incense nearby at all times, and I can't be too far from a source, or I risk. I like those trade-offs as well. They're, this, if I don't keep this under control, then this possibility is a risk. That can be such a fun mechanic for a player character. And chill, it's working in both directions, right? Your classes are helping you with D&D, and D&D is helping you get more mastery at the subjects that you need to know. That's the cool thing. It's a reciprocal relationship. So, yeah, it's win-win. 100%. Well, everyone, I have thoroughly enjoyed stream tonight. We have had some amazing conversation. We've met really talented and excited folks who feel passionately about TTRPGs, about video games. Honestly, a lot of our conversation was kind of honed in that tonight. It was an oddly focused Tuesday talks. I'm not complaining. That's just where conversation was. But regardless, we had a really good time. I am starting to get hungry, which means I'm gonna have to step away and get food. It is about that time. It's almost 3:30, and I gotta get a little bit of rest. So, but I just, from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you to everyone who attended stream tonight. Everyone who spent some time here, the follows, the channel point redemptions, the subscriptions, the bits. I mean, you all are so generous, and it really means the world, because I'm certainly not a professional quality streamer. I started late and I had some bumps, and but y'all are always so kind anyway, and I really appreciate that. So thank you. Don't forget, one final shout out, by the way. One final shout out. Friday, it's on the schedule on Discord and on Twitch. On Friday, I'll be doing a Ocarina of Time randomizer with Proteus, who just said goodnight in chat. We'll be doing a multiplayer randomizer. I know nothing about randomizers. I've never played one. I'm baby's first randomizer, okay? Also, Roxy the Ree, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope that you're doing well. I know nothing about randomizers. Totally new to it. Proteus, on the other hand, will be our teacher. So I'll be learning how to do a randomizer. And then on Saturday, I'm playing Peak with the stream team. So JP, Hotch, and Gamer. And if you're a regular around here, you know those names. If not, they're some of my friends, and we stream together from time to time. So it promises to be an exciting weekend. 7 p.m. Mountain, 9 p.m. Eastern. Perfect. Thank you, Proteus. Okay, everyone. Most importantly, thank you for your time. I always tell folks, we have a finite amount of time. All of us. It's a precious resource. Where we spend it, who we choose to spend it with, that means a lot. So I'm always grateful for your time. Even if it's just a quick pop in, a hello, a good night, I always appreciate it. So, all right, everyone. Be safe, take care, be kind, and I will see you next time. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you. Goodbye.